Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this stream we're going to be playing In Death Unchained. We're going to be playing the Fletcher Sigil. We're going to be playing it not the right way, not the wrong way, but the Silver Tongue Devil way. Now, I know what you're thinking, isn't that just the wrong way but faster? Yes it is. So what are we going to be doing in this run? Well, you'll have seen if you've followed along with what we've been doing. Fletcher is a very difficult mode. It is. Every arrow drawn is a random special. Every miss deals damage to you. These are two very important factors. Every time you miss a shot with a special arrow, you get damaged. Because of that, the way that I play this game is I only make the important shots, the ones that will score me a lot of points or the ones that will advance the game. I'm not going to go and clear the entire level. I'm going to annihilate. And I'm going to be annihilating the orphans because they are huge points values. So we go in and we get the orphan, we go to the pit, we get the orphan, we defeat the boss and continue. Now we have got to the point where the boss for Purgatory becomes very hard at this point. So part and parcel that makes this work as well is there are health drops, but they are scarce. Now, this has been increased recently, so health drops are a little bit more of a thing than they used to be. And just so we can see where we are on the leaderboard, we're holding a nice 7th. I'd like to get to at least top 5. I might, if I can beat Anakin, might be able to knock the mighty Arby Avenue off his perch. What the fuck's he doing in Fletcher? Get back in Sigil, you dickhead! I'm such a pleasant guy. Such a pleasant guy, not competitive at all. Right, let me just check up with stabbing your teammates in Onward. No, I'm all over it, so don't you worry. Hello, Carol, how we doing? Oh, no, friendly fire. Yeah, hey, look, friendly fire's never friendly, is it? Right, so what do we know about the levels? We know that there is going to be a pit in one stage of Purgatory. We've got to find that. We want to enter that with the minimum of fuss as well. And we also want to find the orphan. What do we know about the orphan? In every level, at least Paradise Lost and Purgatory. Yes, my aim is terrible. You should see me immortal. The rapid fire works so well with my hideous accuracy. So we are going to find the orphan first because pits in this mode are tough. Plus, I'm not really going to have a chance to warm up. So, yeah, let's take on the biggest spike of difficulty whilst I'm not warm or practiced straight away. Now, the other thing that we want to do here as well is we want to, as well as locating where the pit is, we want to find where the orphan is. And normally, I would rotate through arrows by shooting people like you in the face. But we already have... Oh, for Christ's sake. Well, we did have the arrow that we needed, but not anymore. Okay, so I'll be able to show off some arrow manipulation here. So we want to be taking easy shots to do this. There's lots of areas that you can bounce up to where there'll be enemies either in pairs or by themselves, and you can rotate through your arrows. That's the only time that we take shots in levels. In pits, they have to be cleared. There's no two ways about that. Why are we trying to get specific arrows? Because we want to either one-shot or do a ton of damage to the orphans, because even at this cycle, they'll probably be able to take a shot from anything that we do. So we want to be as powerful as possible. Now, there's our pit entrance. We're going to come back for that in a minute. First things first, let's try and rotate our arrows. So these places are always good. And by rotating arrows, I mean just tapping them with whatever arrow it is and seeing what comes up next. Now, we need to be careful with explosives. Got to wait for them to blow up. So these, yeah, I know, right? I've whinged enough, I think. You know my feelings about these tiles. To be fair, they are growing on me, but it's not like I got a fucking choice, is it? So, Cupid's Wrath, no good. Pull. Oh. So, as I said, what we're doing here, that is not the arrow that we want, but that's what we want to be doing with it. We want to be planting all 5 of them into the same enemy's face. You're going to insist, aren't you? No, not that. Barrage of needles, again, not damaging. Don't worry, I'll tell you when we get what we need. Ball of lightning, nope. Cataclysm, nope. Cataclysm, nope. For fuck's sake, that should finish him off. Cataclysm, nope. Oh, stop it! This isn't working out so well. Is there anybody else who wants to help me with my arrows? Anyone? That's not too bad. So basically what we're looking for here is we are looking for ideally a 5 times arrow variety. Now, the best arrow that we can get, in my always humble opinion, is volley 5, because it does the most damage in a close range headshot shot with a single shot. Slightly more than wildfire 5. Cupid's is a great arrow for clearing clearing the levels and doing damage, but we want to be destroying orphans in one shot. And the problem with Cupid's Wrath is it doesn't have tips on the arrows. They explode instantly, which means you can't actually get headshots with Cupid's Wraths, and that's what we need to do. Anyway, so what we're probably going to have to do here is have bites of this orphan. I know where the orphan is. She can only spawn in one place in this configuration. We're going to basically jump right on top of her, put that in her head. Note how that's done a fair amount of damage, but not a massive amount. And so because of that, we're going. We are leaving. Now, the one good thing about Wildfire times 5 is it applies the burning effect. Whilst the burning effect is on, the orphan cannot leave the level. Now, what I've done here is I've put that arrow. Oh, I seem to have become one with the wall. 2 seconds. There we go. So we have put that Wildfire times 5 into that orphan, and it'll have taken about 1/3 of her health. We're going to need more than that. Because we have left the area and got to an area where there's a lot more enemies, all the enemies, including the orphan, have despawned, but her life is still the same, which means that using this technique, we can bounce in, do some damage, and bounce out again, instead of just trying to fucking sit there and tank hits, because that's what you'll do whilst you are blasting through arrows. So I like to call this technique, I don't know if we should say it really, it's taking bites of the orphan's cherry. That's kind of what we're doing. So just say it how it is, I guess. Better deal with you, since as you've seen us. Garbage. 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 Also garbage. Okay, time to leave then. One more for you. Divine Sight. The Divine Sight times 3 and times 5 variant aren't actually too bad, because even if you miss with Divine Sight times 3 and Cupid's Wrath, misses don't count against you, i.e. you don't lose life for misses. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, it's shit. Shit throw, dude, but it's beautiful as it flies. So, let's... Well, there is that. So another thing that we can do as well, and this is a little bit more, I mean, it's not going to be much, but because we can't miss, I don't mind doing it too much, is if you use Divine Sight, let's try some height with it. If you use Divine Sight and fire it upwards, when it comes back down, it is capable of getting headshots. Oh, Hand of God actually helps us out here. Now, one of the things that we can also do, which you lads can demonstrate for me. Notice how that has hit something and the effect has gone off and I haven't taken any damage. And the reason being, oh, look at the synchronization. You guys should be in like a team. Are you guys in a team? Excellent work. So, note how the shield, we can hit the shield, rotate our arrows, and it doesn't count against us as far as the life side of things is concerned. And I'm doing that on purpose. Let's let the explosions go off. Volley ×3. That'll have to do, won't it? It'll have to do because you're out of life. Yes, you are. So yeah, using enemy shields to rotate through your arrows is another tactic. It's not ideal because you can miss that shot quite easily. So we've got lots of enemies around here. They've tried to pursue us after we've failed on the orphan. Let's get back in there, find out where the orphan's moved to, dump this in her face. Excuse me. There she is. So she's on about half health. This is what you don't want to be doing because you are just asking to take hits. Although, if you're decent on the old slow time, you can get away with it. But it just puts you under pressure that you don't need to be under when you are trying to do something quite difficult. So we will have another bite of the orphan in just a moment once I get away. And then we get straight over here where there are enemies around. And this is part of the reason why, because we're not killing anything in the levels, there's lots of enemies at each of these points. So we can bounce back between them, safe in the knowledge that the orphan will despawn. Despawning the orphan is a very good tactic, but you can only really do it if you can A, get far enough away from the orphan so that it despawns, or you can get into another part of the level where there's a lot of enemies if it's close. You can do this all the time in Paradise Lost. Now we need to cycle our bloody arrows again, and we're running out of candidates. So, and this is all because we are at a level of difficulty at the moment where one hit will take 3 blocks of our life. At the moment, I don't mind missing shots. What I don't want to do is take hits from enemies because it'll bloody hurt. Hand of God, eh? What about here? Ooh, ×3. There's a lot of enemies about, though. You boys wait here. I'm going to go get help. Oh, I'll be back in a minute, maybe. Hold on. Where were you? You were down there. Now, where has she gone? There she is. And so, see how much life she's on. Almost dead. Acrobatic tonight. Lovely. And I would say that that orphan's cherry has been well and truly destroyed. Well, it's a good job I haven't got monetization on these live streams, because if I did, it'd be lost already. So, but for anybody who's reviewing this video, it's just what I call the technique. Now, I'll remember where that... There it is. There's that portal. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to move out of the way of all these enemies again. Things will follow us. Some of these we kind of have to going to deal with. Pull! Yes! Oh, and another one. That sort of shot is what I want to truly avoid, because as Beanie has already pointed out, my accuracy is garbage. I don't know, I think we go past 18 plus explicit when I start saying things like that. So, but it's all because of the technique. So, we've now cleared the area. We've killed the stragglers that are following us just because they're probably going to get in the way. If you can enter a pit with an arrow, I would actually say at this stage, because pits are going to be bloody hard, it should be Hand of God. I'm not going to spend more time rotating through my arrows on enemies. You are gaining points whilst you're doing all of this, so it's not a bad shout, but we want to get some get some progress in tonight. So the other thing that I do as well, now remember, I'm trying to kill as little as possible. I know we have killed some enemies here, but that's literally for rotation of arrow purposes, not for the actual killing or even the point scoring of them. Although we did get some points out of that. It was all to get that orphan. That's been done. The other orphan lies in the pits. Do we want to go there, fight all of that shit, fight our way into the portal, and then have to fight back out again? No. How do we get into the portal without having to do all of that? Teleport in from a distance. As long as you can hit these shots... Oh dear. That didn't go so well. We'll try again. We'll just try again. As long as you can hit these shots. You can tell I've been playing on the crossbow. So we go back. So there was one of my classic examples of what not to do, so that I can show you how important what is right to do is. So, try that again, shall we? We'll go a little higher. Always go higher than you think, because you don't want what I just had happen there and land in the front of the portal, because that's bad. Yeah. Accuracy, right, Beanie? Something like it. Right, so now this is going to be rough. We're going to be using a lot of slow time. We're hoping to secure this area, and we're going to do that hopefully with the minimum of fuss. I may fire off extra arrows here knowing that it will damage me. That's the excuse anyway, so that I don't take hits. But let's see what we get. We're going to try and do this slowly and carefully as possible. Well, it's Skeleton Warriors, so we have some information. If things are going to get visually alerted and come into me, I'll deal with those first. So that's one ghost out the way. Now, the important thing with pits, we are here for the orphan and the orphan only. The only reason why we're killing these enemies is so that the pit entry, or the pit exit rather, materializes and we can leave. That's it. Ball lightning, why you do this to me? That requires accuracy. Thankfully they've got shields. So we'll try and draw these lads back. God, they're flying tonight, aren't they? Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Not so perfect. That was garbage. That was one of those purposeful misses for reasons. Let's say reasons. Now, also note as well... and also note as well how I'm trying... Oh, God. I'm trying to go for centre of mass shots here. Failing miserably. So those 3 misses just cost me 3 life. All part of those examples that I'm always banging on about. We're not trying to go for headshots, because I'm not trying to score out of these cats. I am literally... That was accidental. I'm literally trying to end them so that we can get out of here. Let's wait for that ghost to come in first. Got a nice hand of God here. We had a nice hand of God there. It's going to be a bit rough, but we should be okay. We will actually get some life at the end of this pit as well. So this is in the entirety of the run. It's the pit in purgatory that I budget for losing life for. Now, once incubi are alerted in this sort of circumstance, once they are alerted, if you wait and are not looking at them and they are out of line of sight, they will teleport into view at some point. They're also a really good one for headshots as well. If you stick them with cataclysms, wait, because that explosion and that little shift will cost you more life than any other fucking arrow in this stupid game. Or stupid mode, rather. Now, I think we've just unleashed a little bit with that Tempest, but it should be okay. We've almost got this guy. We don't need to worry about missing Cupid's Wrath shots or Divine Sight shots. Hello, fourth wall. Yeah. Not so great at the moment, but we're hoping to recover. And that'll finish him off. Perfect. Always be aware of the effects that you've got down as well, so that you don't end up firing additional shots after something is kind of walking dead. Like if there's effects on the field that are going to finish it off, hold your horses if they are on low life and let it do the damage. Right, we can hear another incubi. You might be able to hear him. You can hear another incubi, so I'm going to use slow time so that he doesn't get the jump on me when he does decide to teleport in. Oh, I've got something I need to turn off as well. Bear with. Still using slow time, still using slow time, still using slow time. This is where you get hit in the back, by the way. There we go. And because we haven't done great on our entry with all those misses, we should heal all of that back for the boss. We shouldn't need all of that. So he's teleported into my view, but he has not got the drop on me. You're trapped in here with me, pal. We'll hold that and let the Winter's Bite do the damage before we put another tick damage effect on him, because your latest tick damage thing will replace the previous right there and then. And Winter's Bite does a hell of a lot more damage than Curse. We'll also wait for that to go off before we fire another one into him. Really are turning this into quite a drawn-out affair. It's very boring. Very, very boring. Firing your Divine Sights up so that they come down into the head is a good little way to score an extra few points here and there. And I don't mind taking those risks, because you can't miss with Divine Sight, basically. Or even if you do, it doesn't cost you any life. Hello, Weebs. Oh, you just joined us now when all the action's over. Good timing, I guess. So now we're going to slowly but surely visually start alerting everything. So you'll note the way that I am doing this pit is, regardless of the mode, is the same way you should do the pit every time. Secure your entrance, clear a safe space, push on through that safe space to clear and complete and safe an area, and then you've got somewhere to move from and back to that is dealt with. So, and we're not going to wang arrows down there either. We're going to get close enough for one enemy to be alerted. We're then going to withdraw, shoot it, carry on. Also, if you can make sure that your arrows, your stray arrows, aren't zipping down the corridor by moving off to one side. I mean, we don't want to be making any misses in this mode, obviously, but so let's keep on doing that. You don't have to wave to them, but I don't know, I think it increases your detection radius. I'm pretty sure. You have to talk to one of those experts about that, but Curse of God, this shouldn't be in range to be able to continue, and we're just going to do this. And this is how you should do all pits in Purgatory that are like this, where you've got random starts and random entrances that you can come in. Secure your entrance, make it safe, make the room safe, and then do the same in the next one. Scored going alright. I think we just moved up a place with that. So the other thing to note as well is ghosts are worth garbage points. They're only worth the gold that springs out of them. Ah, what a gift! So here's some information that we didn't have. There can only be, as well as abominations, there can only ever be 2 archetypes of enemies in a pit. What do we have here? Skeleton warriors and knights. So we've seen them together, so we know that we're only dealing with skeleton warriors and knights. Some would say, at this point, is this even actually a pit? I know LG would. Hey, why's my... Bear with. That obviously wasn't charging from previous. Boo, and Ah, well, we've got plenty. Let's bring the brightness down a little bit. That shouldn't affect you guys. Right. On. Hello, Marcus. And yes, they do. So you can use ghosts to cycle arrows if you are looking at taking chunks out of an orphan. It's not ideal, though, because if you're shooting at those sort of ranges within a ghost, you are in the danger zone. You are in the pocket, so to speak. I can show you, though. Hopefully I don't lose any life. But yeah, regardless of whether it's a kill, it still counts as a hit. As you can see. Well, that's actually worked out quite nice. So the skeletons will teleport to us. Put some things on them. Remember what I said about the shields and how we can safely shoot towards the shields and not have to worry. Well, I'm just making sure. There's a lot of lightning here, so I want to see if it's going to do enough to kill this guy without me firing a shot. That now doesn't matter. Even if that hits the floor, I still won't lose life out of it. Remember to wave. There you go, see, got his attention. Yeah, kinda. Now we don't want to deal with that one there, but we have him alerted, which means that he will teleport if we leave it long enough. The reason why we don't want to deal with him there, I don't know what's through there, I don't know what's through there, but I know this bit is clear, so we'll come back here, we'll look at this wall, and we'll see what happens. I'll have a quick vape and a drink of water. This always brings them on. See, moment I say, it's literally the moment that my vaporizer makes contact with my lips. Hello, K2. So we will close in on this guy now because I don't need to worry too much about stuff behind him. No, you're fine, Kim. So that was the other thing, whilst I'm just going through the motions here. Are we all happy to play some more Onward in Saturday's stream? Because I'm always keen for more Onward. Or do we want... I want to do Dungeons of Eternity, because I obviously love Dungeons of Eternity, but we need that content. Need that new content before really I start doing anything more on Dungeons of Eternity. Good evening, Mr. Faker. There's a man who'll want to play Onward on Saturday, I'm sure. But yeah, same setup as last time. I'd like to get on some Onward. Ooh, that's what we're here for, the orphan. So we can hear her laugh. It'll be 8 PM Saturday, as per norm, as the same as pretty much every Saturday, every week for the last year and a bit. Very good. Yeah, there are a couple. Well, they do rotate through because I don't think they're fully randomly generated each time. I think they're like pre-generated and then added into a pool. So yeah, no, I get you. But I need more. I'm looking forward to this trap mode because I like traps. It's already been mentioned in the stream once. So note how we could hear her laughing if I go a bit further forward, and then if we come back. If I come back, she'll stop laughing eventually. There you go. She stopped laughing. That means that she's despawned. And that's important to us because we're going to be trying to make use of that now. Because she's quite close, I'm going to take my opportunities with this Volley 5 now and go and get her Hopefully. Ooh, double volley 5. Dangerous. Right, just wait a second, everyone. Just wait. Right, now I'm going. That's big. That's mission accomplished, because that's worth a lot of money. That's worth a lot of points to us. We have lured a lot of enemies about the place, but... I love Fletcher sometimes. It's just a gift that keeps on giving. So now we've got a lot of enemies coming towards us, and we can kind of deal with them in slow time. Look at these guys. They're like in action films. So good. I love your work. I love your work. Look at this guy. Oh. Now, ghosts are normally quite an issue. But when you have the hand of God... Boo, weebs, boo. No, that's cool. I mean, well, we're going to be streaming it for 3 hours, so you could jump in at the back end potentially. So that hand of God was very useful. We drew some ghosts in. If you get a hand of God and you can draw a lot of ghosts into him, it can make the arguably hardest enemy in the pits fucking easy, because, you know, you just slow them down, you slow their roll, they can't get to you, and you can just take shots for days. So, right, let's get this pit finished up. As we know... Ugh. 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 There we go. As we know, 88 to 92% of the enemies within the level need to be killed before the portal for us to leave materializes. Now again, that guy's alerted. I don't want to have to deal with him over there. I'll deal with him here. Well, I mean, a few people should have Onward at the very least, because some people were winning it on the other thing. Not everybody, no. The one thing that I will say, if you wanted to give it a look, Melissa, is Onward is currently in the library of games for the Quest Plus games passy thingy, and everybody should... There you go. Everybody should be able to get a month free on it. It's not a bad service, actually, at $7.99 a month, or like 60 quid a year. Now that you get basically 2 games a month, but you only get to keep them and play them within your library if you continue to be subscribed. That was the deal previously. Now they've made it so that there is an additional catalogue of games that just rotates through there for you to play as well. Yeah, you will get bollocking from me. There's an Onward code up in the thing, but don't... The thing is, if you haven't done the referral... if you haven't done the Quest Plus thing... If you didn't know about the Quest Plus thing, and you haven't done it, you will definitely have at least a 1-month free trial. Rather than buy the game, rather than use referral codes of mine, or weebs, as it seems to be the case of now in all of my live streams, rather than that, use the 1-month trial, try the game, and see if you like it. I'm going to be playing that game for quite some time, but the other thing that you can use the trial for as well is, I'm all for people using the referral codes, because 25% off for you and what is it, 4 quid credit for me, is brilliant, because I can then buy more games for everybody. I don't know what Weebs does with it, but I'd imagine, you know, it saves him having to spend his pension. And that's fine. But always go after the best deal. Onward, despite it being updated, is an old game now and regularly goes on 50% off. So if you can play it for a month and then go, yeah, I want that game, and then wait. Be patient. We're all adults. Wait for the deal. It's part of the art of the deal. Wait for the deal. But yeah, I've seen Onward go regularly for sort of like 50% off. Why wouldn't you? And if you are of the ilk of, yeah, but Don't get me wrong, Weebs. Quest Plus is crap for the likes of us because we've got loads of games. A friend of mine, very good friend of mine, has just got a Quest 3. He has no games. And he'll basically, for £8 a month, get access to Contractors and the Shadow Lights game, which I haven't really looked at, but I'm sure it's fun if you like hand puppets. That game, but it's a puzzle game, so it should be pretty good, actually. But Contractors and that, and then he gets access to the likes of Demio, Onward. Did I say Demio? There's some great titles on there. Walkabout Mini Golf. You know, there's some fantastic titles on that thing. But no, you're quite right, Weebs. The thing is, it's not designed for the likes of you or me, who have a vast amount of games that we'll never fucking play in our library. It's made for all the new people. So, but it's much better now. It used to be even worse than it is, where it was just 2 games a month, and then it was kind of like pot luck, whether you had a lot of games or not, as to whether you would get anything that justified the $7.99. But then if you pay for a year in advance, you get it for the equivalent of 60, £5 a month. It's pretty fucking good. Well, yeah, if you're trying to torture people in VR that are new to it, then yeah, Richie's Plank Experience is one. I've never played that. It looks, well, I don't know. I've seen the videos. I'd never do that in VR myself. I think half of that is staged, but some of it's got to be real, right? Surely. And if it's not, well, let's pretend it is, because it's funnier that way. Right, we're almost done here. Oh, well, I say that. Hi. So if we can visually alert these rather than shooting arrows over there and I can deal with all of those at the same time, but it's just risk that I don't need to take. Oh, see, this is the thing, is thanks, Cynthia. Thanks. The votes of confidence that I get on this channel are amazing. They really are. But, to be fair, you're not wrong. So, look at you with your little attack during teleport animation. Who are you, fucking Goku? Little instant translocation on the sprint. Yeah, didn't work out so well for you, did it, eh? No, it did not. Oh, she fell over. So did she. The worst game that I've... So, thing is, I haven't paid for a lot of games recently because... Obviously, I sort myself out with a bit of my store credit, as well as buying you guys loads of games with it. But I haven't played properly for a game for a good year, because I either get them for free from developers or whatnot. So that is... I'm going to have a think about that one. That is a fantastic question. But then that's the thing, is like crap games are so forgettable that, you know, and my memory's bad enough as is. Oh dear. Oh, these are quite useful, given the scenario. That's not. Ugh, look at this. We are getting that stream of luck tonight. Wasn't getting it in fucking Onward. Hey, golden spunk coming out of me means level complete. And that means we are out. So I'm literally now, I'm going to wait for him to teleport in so I don't get any surprises. Because he will teleport into the Hand of God bubble, or he should. You coming? No? Okay, fair enough then. I'll finish you up whilst he's in slow time. Because easy hits. You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm out. Recently, I'd have to say, and I suppose it's not because it's crappy, it's just not directed at me at all. But most recently was probably the superhero game. I'm all up for that kind of game, but the problem with that game is that it is now... No, I don't. No, that is true. But I also want to be honest. Like, I try not to hype things up unless they really deserve it. You know, I try not to shill out or anything along those lines. But, you know, well, to be honest with you, I haven't yet, I don't think. The, what was it called? It's not... The problem that I had with Demigods, that was the one. The problem that I had with it, first and foremost, it's not designed for me. I want something a little bit more than... oh, 2 seconds. I'm not a fan of that sandbox style where there's not a lot other than your own imagination to play. I'm all for using my imagination as far as play is concerned, but when I play a game, I want to be told what to do or have objectives. You know, I come here for escapism and some sort of purpose and progression, not coming here to mess around, you know. Hang on a second. Oh, hello, Koska. How we doing? About today, whilst I was trying to break DK. Yeah, nice one, dude. Keep that Pico going. I need to go back onto the Pico leaderboards at some point. I suppose the longer I stay off, the better. So, yeah, Demigods is... My big problem with Demigods is I've seen games come from the App Lab to full release, and most markedly and most recently, Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu. Now, anyone who watches this knows that, you know, Ben Olding, the developer of that game, has done some amazing work. That game has been on the App Lab for way too long. Even before it got the polish that it did, it could have been a full price, full, proper game on Quest. And to see that come from the App Lab to full game, and then to see Demigods come from the App Lab to full release was a bit of a travesty. It really was. So, I don't know, maybe it was just bad timing on the developers when it comes to me, potentially. But yeah, I think, as I said, worst game, no. It's not a bad game, it's just not for me. Yeah, this is... It's not my kind of... Like, Swordsman, I appreciated because there's stuff. There's stuff to do. Oh, did that go through his fucking Swede? Oh, this is why you don't take shots that you don't have to. Ow. We should have just left. Oh, he's chatting. This is why you stick to the plan. You don't kill enemies. There's no point. We are, as soon as the orphan is dead and the pit is done, we are mission complete and we're on to the boss to preserve our life. Simples. Simple as that. But yeah, Swordsman's a fantastic game because it's got a sense of progression. It's got rounds. It has got the sandbox thing, but it isn't trying to go off of the sandbox thing. Also, the gameplay on that. Like, I see people playing Blade and Sorcery, and it's like, yeah, but you can make it so that they are no threat. It looks like most of the time when people are playing it, there are no threat. If there is no threat, well then, where's the fun, you know? But again, different types of people for different kinds of games. But yeah, my concern with Demigods was for something to come from the App Labs to that, although I may not like it, it's pretty fucking rough around the edges for a full release. Right, now, Cycle 7 of Anakin. If I'm going to die anywhere, this is where it's going to happen. So get ready for one of my world-famous STD gasps. Get them practiced, get them in, get them ready. So, the reason why Cycle 7 is a difficult one is this is the first time that we will be fighting Anakin where he has his full cadre of knights. He'll have 7 of the buggers. Now, what I'm planning on doing is my normal technique, but I am planning on taking out the knights first to nightlock them. The problem with that is we will accidentally take out abominations at some point just because of the collateral damage of the arrows. So there you go. Have you, the thing is, Costco, I don't know if you've played Dragon Fist VR recently or not. It has had a major overhaul. Now, some of the things may not have come up on the Pico. They have on the Quest 3, but yeah, I mean, I don't know when the last time you played Dragon Fist is. There's so much content in that game. It works so well. It's added multiplayer, and it is a hoot. Go and watch the live streams that we've done. Good evening, Laurent. Everyone's coming out of the IDE woodwork tonight. I'm half expecting Camille to come in here and go, oh, you've been nicking my techniques. Because I kind of have for Mortal. He pioneered all of that stuff. What, you don't get Dragon Fist? It's a very good game. There's progress and there's leveling. Well, not leveling up, but I don't know. The way that he's done it is just that very old school thing. So, plan here is we are going to burn him down, but we're going to take a portion of his health first. I think I can do that. The problem with... I'll show you whilst we're playing. The problem with Anakin is... as we are burning him down, we'll be killing all sorts of other things, which then means that locking the knights in play is very difficult. We'll also be killing abominations whilst we're doing this as well, which makes it more difficult again. So I can't do the usual techniques of spawning. There's our knights. There's 3 of them. Doesn't he have... I'm sure he has 5. Sure he has... Oh, there's the other ones. Right. Let's get them. Right, you're off to follow me. Let's get the knights up the top. See what we can do. No. 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 Right, that snarls you guys up a little. No. So, I'm looking for, ideally... Well, Winter's Bite would have been nice if I'd actually got the hit. Excuse me! I'm in a wall, that's why. Got lucky there. I did have the shield up, but the screen blacked out. Now, I've got to be reasonably quick here. Try not to get snared up too much in the corners. That's good. It's you. Oh. Good. Need that last night. Right, that's 4 of the 5. So this is actually something I haven't tried to do before. Oh no, that's 3 of the 5. Now we need the other 2. Hopefully he should go up and follow that there. Let's put ourselves into the corner here so he has to come round. That's you dealt with. Hello to you. Would you like to explode? I thought so. So what's happened here is either they've changed things, which I don't think they have, or we've killed an abomination by accident at some point, which is more likely. There is a way that we can get this back, but I'm not going to try it. Let's see if we can keep those knights up there. See if we can keep those knights up there and do a little bit of damage to old Annie Bobs. And summon those... our first... problems of the evening. Oh, you shitbag. No, that actually kind of worked out alright. Right, you should blow up. That should finish you off. Now, ideally what I want to do is I want to kill all of the... That's good. I want to kill all of the archers that are going to spawn along this wall. You're not going to make it easy though, are you? No, you're not. You do not, definitely, do not want to be taking a tap from the big man. So let's get the hell out of here. Hey. Okay, that's alerted the rest of the knights. But we're still good. Just got to be... careful. So, for those of you who are watching, may notice how I'm almost playing this, as Elite Jonathan has said, kind of like a game of chess, because I can slow the pace of the fight down so bloody much. They don't really have a chance unless I fuck up. Things like that archer in the background. That'll do it. Let's get that last archer. Where's he gone? There you are. And then let's get out of here. Lure the knights back up to the top. We'll finish those off. And then we'll try and put old Annie Bobs into a position of hurt. Hopefully. It's you. And one of them. And that. Cool. Right. There's another knight down here, I think there was. Now, when the knights respawn, if we can be really far away from Anakin, they won't get alerted. Which would be lovely. But we still need to think about his positioning in relation to us. No, that's not going to work, is it? Oh, here comes one. I did see someone in the comments of Facebook today say about how they love Azure's. Don't get a lot of pulls tonight. I like this. How they like Azure's Wrath because it staggers. It's very much a double-edged sword in Fletcher. Right, we've got knights down there. We could attempt the burn from here, but there's a lot of... Okay, new tactic incoming, I guess. So there's a lot that can go wrong here. Yeah, there's too much that can go wrong. And I need to change my battery, bear with. I'm slow timing all the way, just so you all know. Right. Let's just make sure we're charging. We are. Alright, okay. So. Yeah, we can't do it from here, and the knights are all positioned pretty badly. The reason why we can't do it from here is those archers can spawn in all sorts of places, and they're going to be in our field of view, which is going to make them... Oh, actually... Yeah, it's going to... Oh, it's either mighty brave or mighty stupid. I'll find out which one I am in a minute. Let's go there. Hopefully that will hit. That will kill you. Wait for that winter's bite to do its thing. Take you out like that. And part of the reason why this isn't a great idea is because I haven't got all of my effects in the same place, but I am keen to see what happens here. We should be able to just drill him for damage from here, and as long as you're going to carry on doing that, that'd be ideal. Although I can see you getting me, so let's start putting some damage on you as well. Right, that's you dealt with. That's one for it. Now note how there's a lot of monks that are spawning into the kill bubble, I guess. That's good news for us. And note how I am slow timing between every single shot that I am doing. And there's a good reason for it, because it then ups the amount of damage that we're putting out over time. Just let the effects finish him off. Hopefully. There we are. Happy days. Lovely. This is not ideal. I was not planning on getting past this fight tonight, but I did alright on the slow time. And as you can see now, regardless of what happens here, we are back to full health. So yeah, that is not an ideal spot to sit on although the way that the archers converged on Anakim wasn't too bad. They all came into... I got lucky on some of the arrows, but then you can mitigate the amount of luck you have to rely on as far as said arrows by firing lots and lots and lots off so that you're almost guaranteed to get the effects that you want, i.e. Hand of God. Now, thank you. I wasn't expecting to get past that. That's 7, 7, 8, and 9 are usually my sticking points. Because of how the knights reacted then, I might just do my normal thing on the next one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to rooftop hop. And this is obviously something that I've been practicing a lot of, but with the crossbow. So let's see how badly I can fuck it up with the bow. And I'm using slow time all the way here because I don't want to get tapped by anything. You see that I am making good use of the height of the level, because basically you're then out of range of everything. They're watching me. If you look down sometimes, you'll see some of the enemies looking up at you. And they're like, fuck that guy. I'm not wasting my arrows. I can't hit him. He's too far away. So that's good news for us. Now, we do, whilst we've got some enemies that will play ball, got a little bit of cycling to do here. Volley times 3 might do the job. Hand of God, when you're having to do multiple hits on an enemy, is not bad. Now, if you have the time, another way that you can cycle your arrows, instead of actually shooting them into enemies, you better not be fucking taking a shot. Don't you even think about it. Put that fucking arrow away, son. I'm explaining things. You could save. He might actually... No, he's not. Good lad. You could actually save game here and reload the game, and you will be given a different arrow. So you can actually use the save and quit function or rest in sanctuary and then come back into the game to cycle through your next arrow, which is a thing. Yeah, cheers, Marcus. Gilded toddlers, indeed. This arrow is not meant for you, but I don't think we're going to have... Yeah. So one of the things that is paramount to making what I'm doing here work, come on, is getting up. There we go. Ah, volley 5. This arrow is not meant for you. Oh, why are you giving me all the good arrows now? I do need to clear this area. What I'm trying to do is find out where the orphan is. Now, when you play the game enough, some may argue too much, you'll get to know where all of the orphan spawns are. Yeah, I could have done, but I figured I'd be killing a lot more than just him, so... Because I can't even hear the orphan, which basically means that there's too many enemies around for her to spawn, which means that we've got to put some work in on the level before she'll actually unveil... Oh, fuck off. To us. Oh, fuck off. Where she is. Yep. This is how a Fletcher run can go from amazing to dog shit in just as long as it takes to say those 2 words. Hey. Lovely. So nothing yet. And I know she can't be at that top complex, which means she's got to be somewhere around us. So if we keep on killing enemies, eventually we'll start hearing that laughter. If I put one of these out here, that should kill a few of them. But not enough. Until I know where she is... Definitely know where she is, I'm not even going to worry about my arrows. Some configurations of, especially Paradise Lost, you will get this. It doesn't mean that she's not here. It just means that she hasn't spawned yet because there's too many enemies around her. I don't actually know what the spawn prioritization of an orphan is, but it's not high up on the list. Try down here now that we've emptied the level a little bit, but we will get to the point There we are. So now we can hear her. That sounds like she's just round this corner. I think that's above us. So at this point now, we've got two options. We can either try and bounce in and finish her off, but because we've got some effects on the go, it might not actually be a bad idea to start clearing her immediate area, which will make dealing with her a little bit easier. Now, there are some curses going on. I don't want to hear that laugh, because if I hear that laugh, then that means that she spawned, which means that she can be cursed, and she will leave the level if she gets cursed once the curse is finished. So that's killing some more. Go, mighty curse, go do your thing. Could have done with that wildfire. Divine Sight times 5, that may do us. Now I think she's up there. No, not at all. It's cheating. No, that's one it's not cheating, but, well, I don't know. It's one exploit too far for me. If I can't find her on my own merits via my own systems, then I don't deserve to have the drop on her. I deserve to lose her, or miss out on her, at the very least. No, that is, not the way I do things, anyway. Right, okay, so she's not around here. So she's either one level up or one level down. Now, we've already done a little bit below, so let's go and check down there. See if that's where she is. Because if that is, I'm going to be a bit annoyed, because we've put a lot of risk in for no reason, because she was just at the back of the level. I know where she is. You're such a prick. Well, this isn't too bad. I haven't. I want to do Onwards, because I think everybody likes Onward, and there's a few new people that have got it as well, and there's a few of the regulars that have got it. Oh, we're getting you with that. Note how she's cursed. She can't leave in that state, which is good. Where are you going? And note how close I am to her, that even though the spread of the arrows should make them go either side, they're all embedding in her head, doing huge amounts of damage. I'd like to do some more Onward. I'm really enjoying, like, fucking everything about that game, and I can't see that getting boring for a very long time. And it's not even like, it's like 1/5 of the game, and it's so good. It really tickles my fancy. Oh well, that's fine. We can take that shot because that was Divine Sight, and it doesn't matter if we miss those. Again, learn your lesson. Learn my lesson. That we can't miss with, so we might as well. That doesn't matter. So, learn my lesson from previously. Again, this is part of the thing. You have to have some little... To do this effectively, you have to have like some standard operating procedures, and you need to fucking drill them into yourself if you're anything like me, over and over and over again, to make sure that you actually do them. I dress myself down on this game, especially when doing Fletcher, very, very regularly, to make sure that I'm doing all these things that I know I should do, and not just, oh, I'll just do this, oh, I'll just do that. No, just fucking fuck it off and get on. Get on with it. So there is no pit there, and Paradise Lost at the best of times is not worth a lot of points. So we go in, we kill the orphan, we fuck it off. The boss is worth more points to us, probably, than the entire level. Will be a brilliant effect. Not so much in Fletcher, though, because it's very hard to get headshots. Or risky, rather, not hard. But we've done alright. We've only lost 2 health. As long as we don't lose more than... As long as we don't miss more than a couple of arrows on old Gabby, we should be alright. Right, I know... Oh, there he is. Oh, no, he is spawning here. Hello. Just hurry up. Oh. Sorry! Come on. I'll wait for you before we start, yeah? That was silly. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck. Hello, Axel. How are we doing? Come on. Alright, we want to be close to him, so we push him away. I haven't seen him do that before. I usually push him just to hurry him up. Push him off of his spawn so that he takes off closer to where I want him. So, Gabriel, quick tutorial. Closer you are to him, further he gets away from you until he gets to his ideal attack range. Here, further away you get from him, closer he gets to you. He is constantly trying to get to his preferred range to attack you. We want to make sure he is off the right hand side of the level, not the left, because there's nothing that he can land his sword plunging attack on, and then we are basically going to hide behind these pillars when he inevitably fires his barrage of fireballs. And as long as we keep the pillar between him and us and clear sky on the left, he'll come to us. He'll come from where he was across to us. And then if we go to the other side and look, keeping pillar in part of our vision that you should just be able to see in my peripheries, and sky on our right, he'll move this way. And he'll keep doing that. He's like Captain America. He can literally do this all day. And so I'd like to think, but just by watching me do this, you'll be like, oh, well, that's how you do Gabriel then. And it makes a not particularly difficult boss even easier because you can completely manipulate him. Now what do? We wait for this. And then we step out, drill him for damage. Hand of God is great here. One sword swipe. Way! Ah, second hand of God went off. Damn it. 2 sword strikes. Well, it's not going to make our life situation particularly good. So that took 3 fucking chunks of life off us, I think. Ow. But, again, this is what you get for rushing. Trying to make the most. And now he's going to do his world-famous retreating strike as well. We'll let that pass through us. And then that is all she wrote. And then we go back to what we were doing. He's firing his fireballs, so we'll up and shield. That's not ideal, what's happened, in that we've taken a tag, and it's because we basically got unlucky. Another Hand of God came up, and it turned off the effects of the previous Hand of God and replaced them with the latest fired one. And so he had an extra split second of not being frozen, and that's what got his sword strike off. Wasn't quick enough, basically, because he wasn't slow. Hopefully, without Hand of God, this is how you would normally have to deal with him. 1, 2, 3, and then back in. Remember to aim high with Tempests. Tempests are almost guaranteed headshots on the likes of Gabe. They're one of the best arrows to defeat him, especially in the early cycles. But aim higher than you think you should. But be careful in Fletcher, because aiming too high could miss and then you're taking a hit, so be careful. We now just got to dodge either side of his fireballs. I put this shield up just in case one of his fireballs decides to be a bit fucking sneaky, because I've been hit by that sneaky fireball many times. And I put my shield up and into the pillar so that I'm blocked. But all the fireballs should be hitting the other side, the opposite side of the pillar from me. But I just put this up as a little bit of extra because I've been killed whilst doing this from a fireball just snaking him around that corner because you're a fucking cheat and you need a sandwich. Now get down here and let me finish you up. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pestilence. 1, 2, 3. Even though we can see the effects of his sword as well, it will still... did that hurt? It will still pass through. Stupid sneaky fireballs indeed. Yeah, as long as you are not making eye contact with Gabriel in this situation, his sword cannot hurt you. It just harmlessly passes through the pillar. That's why you'll see me kind of look away, so that I'm making sure that I'm not making eye contact with him, because that seems to be the factor. Eye contact gets you killed. 1, 2, 3. Like, some people just go here, but I've been hit like that before. Oh, lovely headshots there. And an Azure's. When he gets to that sort of middle distance, or even before then, stop firing. You're just asking to lose life in Fletcher mode. Where he will get close to you multiple times as long as you're patient. So just wait for that and just get fucked off whilst you're streaming, trying to do an entertainment stream, and he keeps on firing his fucking fireballs. Get down here. Every time. I'm surprised the Incubi teleported in instantly last time when we were in the pit. They usually take a fucking age when I'm streaming. Instantly on me when I'm playing normally. Just streaming. Streamer's luck and all that bollocks. Come on. Thank you. Right, now we do want to be careful. If I can aim plant a headshot here, should be enough to finish him. Lovely. Fantastic. And so, yeah, that hit, we really could have done without that. Oh, no, sorry. 4 blocks of life that took, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or did we get a miss as well? I don't know. Anyway, we lost a lot of fucking life and we shouldn't have. But, live on. 1, 2, 3. And we got a double out of those 3 as well. Another reason to make sure that you have a decently completed, profile. Yeah, I know. It's because he's on cycle 7, Melissa, so he's just got a lot of life, and you just have to be extra careful with him. So, because if you engage him at the ranges that I would normally engage him, if you had normal arrows in the normal game, it's just misses waiting to happen. Let's have a quick rest in Sanctuary. See where we're at on the leaderboard, because that's important. That's important. It's not important. You play for yourself. I'm playing this the wrong way. I haven't got the time or patience to play it the right way. Oh, there you go. We're up to 4th in the world now. Happy days. So, see if we can catch. Coming up on old Rick Bess. Next. So, between the Orphan and the Pit, we should be able to do that. If we can get past the next Anakim, and then through to the one after that, we should be able to take RB's score, hopefully. Maybe one more. But basically, the way that this technique works, if you stick to it, is you'll get 300k a cycle. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when the top score in the game is 2.6 million, and that will be very hard to beat because this is not an easy mode, 300k a cycle is pretty fucking good because you can do multiple cycles. Whereas the way that you're supposed to play this, headshotting every single enemy, well, we all know that arrows pass through heads. Ooh, she's close. We all know that arrows pass through heads, and we all know that whilst you're in slow time, things happen. We all know that enemies flinch and explosions go off and all sorts of nasty shit happens, and it's just not conducive with the way that this game is supposed to be played. Ooh, you can have that instead. Have one of those. Firing Cupid's Wrath into the ground is actually something that I've been doing quite a lot in this mode, and it makes them leap up into the air, which isn't a bad little strategy, as it happens. Now, we've got to make sure she doesn't fucking go outside. You need some arrows also. She's going outside. Oh, would you fucking hold still? This is risky as fuck. And so we're out. The explosion might finish her, but even if it doesn't, we're leaving because this is way too much on the aggression side of things. Note how she is no longer laughing. That means she has despawned. If you can hear her sounds, but not her laugh, that means she has despawned. There's our safe area right there. But I don't want to have to shoot these guys. Let's just shard past them and let them blow each other up. Lovely. Have a little thinky about how we're going to attack this next. So that Orphan is on very low life. She is out of position, which is going to make this a little bit more difficult. But, we could try and Try and cycle some arrows here because there's lots of Goombas at the top that we can use our arrows on. Probably too many for... Cat 5 will do. Oh, God. What are we doing down here? Fucking hell. Is that accuracy? Lack thereof. Let's get back up onto the tops. Back onto the platform. Good evening. And get out of here. Uh-oh. That teleport arrow didn't go. That's terrible for us. Let's get up high. Let's get out of here so we can try and make some of this despawn. So the other thing about getting far away enough to make enemies despawn is note how we came back to all of that and everything had reset. So although sometimes, as you've seen, we might actually get some teleporters come in here as well, which would be quite good for us in a minute, because we need to get into that pit as well. So we've basically, if we can do the pit now, we've completed Abyss. 2 seconds, Weebs. Can you rest in Sanctuary as and go for a bad's reset? That is the worst English. You've got to be on some sort of autocorrect, but like, I don't know, in Swahili or Spanish or something. Can you rest in Sanctuary as and go for bad's reset? Now, there's a lot of ways that you could interpret that, but what I think you mean is, could I do what I've done there, go all the way to Sanctuary, rest, and then come back, and would that reset? Yes, it would. So the other thing as well, by leaving the area and all of those enemies despawning, because I've got far enough away from where they are, they lose. Yeah, yes, I could do, but them being a bit out of position isn't too bad right now. You're quite right. If I went to Sanctuary, I could reset them into their original positions, but I don't need to worry about that too much at this point. I just need to get into that portal, and these guys being in their correct positions or not shouldn't have an effect on that, because we're going to get in not the right way, not the wrong way, but my way. We're going to do that by getting in from here. Ugh, let's deal with these cupids first. Hang on. Once you've got their attention, if you look in an area, they'll either move to that area after firing a shot and you being out of sight, or they'll teleport to you. Anytime! There we go. For fuck's sake. It's almost as bad as working with animals and kids. Working with cupids. Right, so we have to deal with that one because he's getting all up in us, and we don't want any enemies here when we come back out. So we want to be in there. Now this time I'm going to aim high. So if I aim here, I can feel the vibrational feedback, and that vibrational feedback, when you pull a teleport arrow or a teleport bolt, tells you if the arrow is going to be a successful landing. So if I aim up here, this controller is no longer vibrating. It's this controller with the bow, and it is the crossbow. It is the actual crossbow itself vibrates. Oh, I need to check battery. 2 seconds. Yep, we're good. So, and the crossbow vibrates when you do it. So what we want to do here is we want to aim high so it's not vibrating, bring it down until it is vibrating, so we know that that should hit the roof, and then bring it down a little bit further until it stops. And it hasn't. There's another one. I'm trying to range my teleport arrow, you dick. Alright, there you go. These do kind of need to be dealt with, these ones that are danger close, because when we teleport back, the whole point of going in from here is we haven't got anything to deal with down there, and also we come back out in a safe place. So, right, let's try that again. So, vibrating. That's vibrating regardless of where I point it. So, I'd say about there. Shit. So, as I am now famous for, that's how you don't do it. Let's take out some of these shits as well. tell you what the problem is. I'm used to, at the moment, because we come preloaded with excuses on this channel, don't you know? I am used to, at the moment, that level of teleporting with the crossbow bolt, and the crossbow bolt is always full power, and I think it gives the teleport arrows with the crossbow bolt go further as well. I kind of got what you meant, Weeps. It's usually great minds, but not on that occasion. Right, let's try that again. We'll aim a little higher this time. So vibrate in, not vibrate in, there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey, yeah. I'm going to go all the way back, let them despawn, then we'll start again fresh. Cool. No, I'm looking forward to seeing you, mate. It's going to be good. The ghosts are actually still coming towards us. So you know what? Fuck me, what a champ. He took a holy arrow to the chest. Good lad. Those ghosts are coming in, so we might as well deal with them, because this is almost like the luring thing. The whole point of this technique is so that you don't have to deal with all of this shit. But can't always go well. But the reason why I do this is, as you may or may not have noticed from... Oh, it's going to alert him. Now we got to deal with him. Oh, no we don't. Ah, I know why we don't have to deal with him as well. The additional outside arrows of any multi-arrow are not actually an arrow. So they're technically silent. And that's another discovery of cams. So if you were to fire a volley 5 and you aimed either arrow 5, 4, 2 or... say middle one is 3, 5, 4, 2 or 1 at the enemy and hit them, they would not be alerted. Because those arrows are silent. Only the middle arrow would alert enemies to your presence. Right, let's try this. Third time's a charm, so they say. Problem is, I keep on changing my range as well, which isn't helping. Right, let's go from here. I'm usually really good with these shots as well. Right, that's in. Let's go a little bit lower. Let's go there. There we go. Easy. Easy! Right? First time. I'll edit that later. Edit it out. Edit it out later. Me and that old English, eh? Me and that English, eh? Right. We ideally, this isn't a bad arrow for us here, but we have got things to deal with in the form of these guys. That was a risky shot, but haven't really got a lot of choice at the moment. We want to avoid, if we can, shots like that, because you're just asking to lose life. We're not doing so bad on the life front. Also note, we're actually on 10 life, not 11. I'm usually really good. In Portal. Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm like, I hit that shot like 98% of the time. I don't know what stream you've been watching. Fucking menace. Right, so, you're quite right. The thing is, that one doesn't, you can't get the vibrational feedback that you need because it's all one target, so that's just all about pure aim and skill, hence why I can't do it very often. But there you go. Right, she's down there. We need to get in front of her, or we need to be here so that she runs away from us as opposed to down the stairs. Down the stairs, not good. Running away from us, good. We've been gifted with the Hand of God here, which is a good arrow for us, providing we get the others that we need to capitalize. Have one of those. I don't think she can teleport or move. Oh, look at that. Like presidential bodyguard. She was leaping in the ways of those arrows to save me there. See? Orphans are people too. You're dead. Oh, where did you go? Oh, you little shit. Where did she go? Oh, she went up. Oh, we're lucky, though. I was directly below her when she teleported, which is why we didn't lose her. I'll explain that in a minute. Good job I made that last little minute adjustment. Why did she go up? What a bitch. Look at that life. Bam! I hate orphans sometimes, I really do. There's been plenty of times where they've got away from me with that amount of life because I thought I've killed them, and you can't hear everything going on over the chaos of battle, and they get away. Pricks. Look at you in your little double sword technique. Alright. Let's get these guys tidied up. So, I'll explain what happened there in a minute. Ooh, that was almost a hit. That helps. Would you like to go up? Can I interest you in the direction of up? Oh, hello. Those explosions go off. That's why you hold fire when you've got those last minute, that you've got those effects on things. I could have taken that volley 5 if I'd done it quicker. There was pretty good chance I would have killed him. If the effects are going to do it, let them. It'll just train you well and save you just wasting life in this mode. Really will. Where are you gone now? Now we do have to kill, like the other pits, we have to kill a percentage of enemies before the incubi comes online, and then when the incubi comes online is the thing that we have to kill to be able to leave this level. So what I'm doing here is firing, got lucky with Divine Sight ×5 there actually, and got another one as well. Excellent. Those Divine Sight ×5 are alerting the enemies that we need to, and hopefully they'll teleport up here. If we look in a direction after they've been hit and are ready to teleport, they will teleport there. Let's see if we can get this cat. Remember that these ones duck out after every hit. Without exception. You hit them with something or an effect, they will teleport. Getting risky. You want to have a word with him, he almost hit you. Yeah, it was. I'll explain what happened in a minute. It wasn't by design, tell you that much. But... so, for those of you wondering why that orphan... Thank you, Laurent, put me back on track. For those of you wondering why that orphan didn't disappear, one of the things that me and Cam found out is, or no, that's not right. Ray found it out, and then Ray S of our very own Ray S put me onto the thread, and then I've taken it one step further. Basically, if an orphan is leaving and you are either above it or below it, and as we found, at any distance, as they are completing their animation, they will then be just dropped in front of you. So we were here fighting. She teleported to, oh no, we were here fighting. She ran up the stairs to the top, and I teleported down here thinking that she was down here when she was actually up top. She left. She went to leave, but because we were standing here, which was directly below her, it blocks her from leaving. If you are above the orphan when they are leaving, they'll actually materialize on your level. And that's how you get orphans on the roofs. That's how you can roofie an orphan. So we're popping cherries, or destroying orphan cherries tonight. And we are also able to roofie orphans. It is a family-friendly channel, I'm telling you. It is. Honestly. IDE brings out the worst in me and my terminology. So, what we're going to do here, we have now alerted the incubi. He is stone to flesh, as opposed to the other way around. So, now that he has been alerted, if we wait here and stare at that wall long enough, he will teleport. Hopefully, he'll teleport before I get bored. Yeah. Yeah, basically, Cynthia. And giving lessons on it, yeah. Good stuff, eh? But that's what you tune in for, right? Your language is worse than mine. Your language is terrible. Mine's just inventive. Well, yeah. Vaping! Caught ya! We caught you. That's on video now. I said the word and you came in because you're listening, you prick. Right, that's not a bad position. Let's try and get some headshots out of you. Yeah, that's... Yeah, right in the nipple. Just what we wanted. Now, these are all worth points. And because that... Normally I say N for centre of math. But the Swede on this guy is fucking huge. And it also stifles his attacks when you do this as well. Stops him teleporting away. So... Not a bad shout. See, the thing is, I don't use it... It is a good technique, Lauren. Don't get me wrong. But I don't use it... I don't purposefully use it. I haven't found a scenario where I've had to. It always feels quite laboured when you use it in that regard. Although it just saved my bacon then almost as much by accident as anything else. I knew that she was above me, and if I moved, then I might have been able to save it. You do have to be reasonably precise in those scenarios, though. But yeah, I haven't found orphans that I need to use it on, if I'm honest. Here's the thing that I started talking about as well. Life, normal orange, darker orange. This is what I think this placeholder is for, is so that you can turn the heartbeat sound off by saving and quitting or resting and returning to Sanctuary when you are on low life, because it populates the rest of your life bar with these. Why I've got them now, there's some that think, and it's quite possible, that it's to denote how much life you lost in your last session, but I don't know, I've never checked. Doesn't really I don't really care. What it does do is it can confuse you. They should be in a different colour or not in there at all, but you know, what I think it is I think it is the thing that allows you to be able to turn off the heartbeat. So if you didn't know, when you're on low life, there is a heartbeat. If you in a position where you're not going to be able to pick up life for a very long time, you can save and quit the game or rest in Sanctuary. You'll still be at the same health, but it'll populate your life bar with those orange. And I think it's that is a very eloquent programming solution to mute the heartbeat if you want to. Now, what am I doing here? I'm taking shots that I do not need to be taking. I need to be in that portal. But maybe just one more shot. As soon as your teleport arrow connects with a portal, you are safe. You are invincible. Everything can be on top of you at that point, and it won't be able to hit you. So with that, portal complete. Orphan killed. Orphan in the pit killed. Pit complete. We're done here. On to the boss. There is no point us dicking around, because all of these shots that we're taking are not going to be worth that many points in comparison to what we are doing. And in addition to that as well, it's just more opportunities to lose life. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've got 3 life heal opportunities at the end of Asmodeus. You are quite right. But I don't want to leave Abyss with anything less than sort of like 10 to 11 life. So by doing that, I'm accommodating for error. I know others will now make a point of going through the level and taking shots and getting headshots and doing bits and pieces, because, you know, they're trying to be efficient with the life that is going to be offered at the end of the level. The way that I look at it is I've got no guarantees that I will make it. I should make it through Asmo without taking a hit, but there's no guarantees that I will. Things go wrong. Misses happen. It's Fletcher. And I also boil this all back to lots of experience within this mode. I'll make that shot in a minute. That's a tasty little shot that I like making. And I also boil that with the experience that I found of, and as we know with Fletcher, when it starts going to shit in Fletcher, it compiles, and a great run goes to dead very fucking quickly. So don't start down that road. That's not the shot I was trying for, but that'll do. Now, it doesn't matter what arrow, just doing that stagger those so that they don't shoot me in the back whilst I get away. And we're away. Now, the one time that I might start doing some additional scoring is if I am approaching Anakin, have a decent amount of life, and am very close to first. That's where my technique may change slightly, because, you know, I don't want to finish a handful of 1,000 points behind Arby when I could have just killed a couple of enemies in the level to get there. So the other thing that you'll find as well is, as I'm finding out now, the further and further you get into this game cycle-wise, or I knew, but I didn't realise just quite how badly it goes up, is the amount of gold that you can get from enemies in those ridiculously high cycles. I'm hoping when we finish this, I'm going to show you where I am in my mortal run, where I'm on cycle 42, and enemies, no joke, are dropping 2k of gold per kill, at minimum. So enemies are 2 to 3 grand for just a body shot. 2 to 3,000 points for just a body shot. And in Mortal, everything only takes 1 shot. So that's a good combination. Right, we need to cycle here, and we need to cycle 4. That'll do. We need to cycle 4 Cataclysm, but for multiple variety. Note how I am shooting the guiding arrows into the floor, and the reason being is because those guidance arrows will hit the boils, but they then have a nasty tendency of hitting the skulls when they're closing in on me, and we don't want that. There we go. One more. Note how I haven't fired a single arrow at those skulls. I'm letting them get close and avoiding them. Less shots, less chance to lose life. I didn't get the arrow that I wanted. I wanted a cataclysm, cats and clisms times 3 or times 5 and shoot it diagonally across his body to pop all of the boils, and then you just move away from them and they'll go off, and then you don't have to take shots and they're dealt with. Right, let's get you first, you next. That's a great arrow. I wish I had that for the next section. Remember, every hit these guys try to teleport. That's a miss. And then we tuck in behind here. Sorry, I'll have a look at you. Whatever people said in just a minute. Just want to make sure I get through this without losing any life. We'll hold this corner here. And if you, again, same sort of thing with Gabriel. We've got that pillar there obstructing our view, and there's enemies that are locked onto us. Part of the way that this game works is they have to come into your field of view. You're going, aren't you? Have one of those. They have to come into your field of view before they can attack. That's how this game has always been. And you can make use of that and turn it to your advantage. Again, these shots are too... Look at that go through his head. Brilliant. I'm too far away with those shots. That's perfect for here. And that. And that. Lovely. Try and get all of this tidied up nice and quick so that we can concentrate on his nibs up there. That was a risky shot that I did not need to take. And you're going to die from curse. So again, keeping an eye on the health bars to know what effects are doing what to what. And these shots can be quite difficult. And you can quite easily miss him. And the more headshots that you get, the further he'll get away. If I get behind, if he's there, if I get behind this pillar, make sure he can't see me. And look this way. You need to look this way, though. Got to trust the process and not keep turning your head like I just did. That lava's getting awfully high. Come on, dickhead. That's not working. Fuck. Right, okay, well, we're just going to have to play it proper then. Well, he didn't do it. That's not good. That's wasted time that we do not have. And put him at a range that we do not want to be at. That's the first time that hasn't worked, actually. And there are certain things that aren't working in this game anymore since the update. Because I'm, like, assuming that they're going to. So what you normally do is hide the other side of that pillar and look straight ahead. My problem was I kept on turning my head back because I was expecting him to do it pretty sharpish. And he didn't. Right, got a little breather. What were we saying? But yeah. I think we showed off the orphan thing in a live stream at some point. Right, use this opportunity to cycle arrows. Now, we do want the homing arrows because it makes our job easier. And note how I am literally, and we want the multi-type multi-arrows, I'm literally pressing slow time after every release. That's the arrow that we want, and the reason being is because those hit and then go up and hit his dorsal flange. Correct terminology, I might add. We'll also fire any other homings up there in the hope that they'll go round and smash his other dorsal flange. Correct terminology. So note how his second dorsal flange is almost destroyed. And we can cycle some more arrows to try and get something nice. Divine Sight ×5. We'll wait for his Hadoken skull. Hand of God here will not slow him down. Cup Asmo with a Hand of God, and it will put him into slow time. That's right, another one of those bits of terminology that you didn't know you needed to know. We'll keep the volley ×5. Yeah, right. AI and all that shit. AI pictures. Hello, Ken. Ken, did you have Onward? I can't remember. We're all debating as to whether we should definitely be playing Onward this Saturday's live stream. I think we should. I also teleport to here. I think I've said it plenty of times, but I do like repeating myself. And the sound of my own voice, as you can probably appreciate. I always teleport here because as soon as that top rock gets down, I can teleport straight onto it. Straight onto it. Every time. God, this is not working out tonight. In that case then, do you have the... a free month's trial on the Game Pass, on the Quest Game Pass, because if you do, then you do have Onward. Right, that's him dealt with. He is in a bad position. Let's see if we can cycle him. Because remember, we don't want to be killing any of these except the archer. Winter's Bite will do. Steady. Cheers. Cool. Archer down. I would have liked to kill that incubi because his fireballs are slow enough to be a pain in the fucking ass. And I've just killed the archer here so that I don't activate his next wave. You're going to be a pain. Got to love a good dorsal flange indeed, sir. Sounds like a new name. Hello, Ninja Pork. How we doing? No. Oh no, there is on Onward, but what I'm saying is everybody has a 1 month free trial of said Game Pass. So you can play the game and try it for a month before you get it. That should be enough. It's not. Never is. Come on. Oh, don't cover your horn up. Let it out. Let everybody see. It's getting worse. Hey, there we go. Easy job. Notice how he is slow motioned as well, still. How very dramatic, sir. We can still cycle arrows on him at this point as well. He is still an entity. Also note, because I have slowed him down, the level comes up before he's fallen down. Hello! Ah! There we go. Lovely. Now, I know this is a waste, but I'd rather be at full life and have a waste than have lost life, and that's why we leave. That's why I just continually play the tactics and the standard operating procedures. Now we get very dangerous. 5 blocks of life off before we take a hit. But yeah, as I said, you should be able to get a month's worth. The reason why I say about not doing the redeem is I don't want people to use my redemption code to help me out. If you do, happy days. But use my redeem code because it's the best offer out there. If it's not, go with the best offer out there. Like, you know, if it's 25% off with me or 30% because the game's on sale, you fucking take that 30%. Because me and Weebs will agree that we're both penny pinchers, so you can't expect anybody else not to be. Onward regularly goes at 50% discount as well. Yeah, this will be the end, he says again. I mean, I played the entire last stream saying that this will be the end. Right. Decent-ish arrow. I'm going to keep that. Decent-ish arrow for our orphan assassination. The one thing that I can tell you is this next pit is going to be fucking rough, because we are not going to get knights and skeleton warriors twice in a row in the pit. Not a fucking hope. That way. Note as well, I am alerting enemies as I'm moving through, but I'm going quick enough that they haven't got chance to get a bead on me and fire, and by the time they do, they're probably despawning, which is why you don't get a lot of them teleporting towards you when you're doing this. This is going to be a bite scenario. Hey, Orphan, how's that cherry going? So, I know where the Orphan is here. There is only one location that she can be in, because we're in the 3rd section. Hang on, are we in the 2nd? I think we're in the 3rd. We'll hear in a minute. No. You fucking idiot. This is the... Oh, no, this is the 3rd section. Let's go and check. Should be directly below us. There she is. So, this is one of these situations where we're going to have to take a bite. So, we get in, take our bite, possibly take another, providing everybody's happy. We're all happy for me to have another shot? Yep, cool. And now we go. Oh, shit. I sharded. Been playing the crossbow too much. No, run away! I fucking hate it. It's the one thing that I still do. Switching between shield and shard on the fucking crossbow does my nut in. Right, let's get right back out of that mess. And let's reset. Oh, don't kill them ones. Right, we're going to reset all the way back. Bit of both. Bit of both there. So what happens when you shard after firing a teleport arrow is you cancel the teleport arrow when you shard. Which, yeah, I was expecting to lose 5 health there, if I'm honest. So I'm very surprised I didn't, but there you go. Maybe it's destined. Maybe we're supposed to be at the top of that illustrious Fletcher bow leaderboard. That's not a bad arrow, but we've got plenty of easy enemies that we can take on here for almost for free. Volley 3's good, but this is all extra points, and these are quite easy enemies. Divine Sight ×5 would do us. And we can afford a miss with that as well. Let's go in there and have a look. Haven't seen the pit either, as it happens. Oh, fuck off. Ones like this one are a problem, because if we end up having to run away and we come into this guy, it could be the end of us. So I think we'll go and cycle arrows again quick. Yeah, definite shot. What were the sorry dude, you said you were having still having issues with meta though. Remind me, I'm sure you mentioned it. Even if I do know what it is, it's worth mentioning, because you never know, someone in chat might have had the same issue. So if you fancy, write it out. We're all here to help. Especially with issues with meta, you know, because that doesn't happen very often. So rare, isn't it? Right, let's cycle. Volley 3. Volley 3 is only a little less damage. Well, as you know, it's quite a lot less damaging than Volley 5, but it'll do. We're going to have to get rid of you as well. Ones like this are a problem because they're in the way. To be fair, all of those are a problem because they're in the way as well. Feel like techniques are failing me at these higher cycles. Are you just going to fucking stand and watch? Yeah. Fucking dogging on my stream. Right. This isn't arrow porn, mate. You're here to do a job. Follow that in. Get rid of you. So yeah, normally I try to avoid having to do all of this like the plague, but we are at higher cycles, so this sort of shit needs to be done now. It's unfortunate, but you know, I'd complain. Who's going to listen, eh? What we want to make sure is that we don't accidentally catch sight of the orphan. The moment we can see her, she can see us, and she'll run. Nice flip, dude. Good job. Good job. Hand of God? That will do. Hand of God will buy us time for another arrow. Let's go there. And here. You haven't got a lot of life left. That's good. Have one of those. And one of those. This is risky. Because remember those split seconds that Gabe got last time? Oh, I'm in a... You guys are way too fast for my liking. No. Oh! Geometry, you bastard. Okay, and we're almost dead now after that. Fuck. Oh well, Arby will be happy. So, that's really annoying. The first hit I should have taken. The second hit I should not have. Don't know if anyone wants to go back and watch that go through the floor, that teleport arrow. That was not good. That was not what we were after. Now, it's times like this where you should learn to quit and not carry on. But I do want to show you the mortal profile. And I don't mind whether I get first or second at this point. So let's cycle some arrows. Should kill you guys. Hang on, is that you, Chris? Are you... Hang on. Ninja Pork, is that you, Chris? I didn't even realise. I assume it is. I'm not looking at profile pictures. Hey, dude. Oh, she's so close, and it's a lot of points. Okay, done. Get out. Look at that. That fucking tile has got a gap in it. Busted. Yeah, I think if that is you, Chris, I assume it is. Chris is the guy that I was talking about. He's just got a quest, and Quest Plus will be fucking ideal for him. But he's having some problems linking things up. The advice that he's had is that you need to... Basically, I think the problem that he's got is his account is so old now that it's still an Oculus account, and he never made the meta switch. So, yeah. Issues there. Right, let's do a battery swap. Now... we have some options here. And we'll just have to fucking roll with the shit. Basically. Cool, right, I know who you are now. Hi, Chris! Welcome to the channel. So. Right, we've taken third. I'm happy with that, so I don't really care what happens at this point. And one of the other things as well is the time it takes me to do this... I can whip through 6, 7, 8 cycles in an afternoon playing Fletcher this way. So it's not as much work as these guys are having to put in. That'll be a run that's cultivated over a series of fucking days. Whereas, well, to be fair, a lot of people are doing it like this. Yeah, no, it's fine. Mate, it would have never clicked unless you fucking said, hi, I'm Chris. Or you, yeah, give me enough clues. So, at this point now, should we go in the pit, we can only afford 2 misses, and then we're dead. Now, we can also only afford 1 actual hit, and we're dead, or, again, 2 misses whilst we're on Anakim, and we're dead. Now, in this circumstance, why are we here? We're here to get a score. So, there are times when skipping pits is a good idea. In Fletcher, if you're here for score, this is the big part of it. This is where you make the mainstay of your score by going into pits. In addition to that, we might get lucky and get 2 doubles as far as health is concerned. I just want to show you... Oh, I'm going in the pit, don't you worry. I just want to quickly show... Look at that bollocks. That's where my first teleport arrow went, which is what got me, that caused me that second bastarding hit. Stupid geometry. And there's a few places like that. I really wish they hadn't fucking, you know, gone and got quotes for this new flooring sometimes. I really do. That's not the first time that shit's happened either. But anyway. These are the things that we do. Right, let's get up here a second. Oh, there was all sorts of faff there. Can you opt out? Yeah, that's opting out is what he was told to do, but then he runs the risk of losing what he had on his old profile. So, right, we need to get that portal. I can't remember where it was though. And the thing is, like, I could maybe make enough points out of the rest of the level to take second, but I'd rather just play normally because I'm a stickler for SOPs. I'm a stickler for standard operating procedures. The whole point of them being in play... Fuck off. The whole point of them being in play is that you stick to them... Fucking mad on name on us. That you stick to them and regardless of the scenario, and they should reward you, and this is how you test those standard operating procedures. But this is more of a, you know, lessons learned over time. I'm here to score. I'm not here to get far. So the whole point of this technique is to score as much as fucking possible, as quickly as possible. I kind of want to keep this Hand of God, because it would be a nice opener. Where's the fucking... Oh, we're probably going to have to fire an arrow to get the access to the portal. Is it there? No, it's not there. Right, I don't even think it can be in this area anymore. Probably gone past it. I think it might be up there then. This arrow is not meant for you. That's unfortunate. That's a fucking portal. Wish I was one of those people with a good memory. It'd be amazing. Although I do... One of the beauties of having a terrible memory like mine is I'm constantly happy because I can't remember what happened yesterday, and I'm usually set to good mood. I can't remember what happened yesterday, so I'm never pissed off. There it is. There it is. Yeah, those long sessions, that'll do you. A few of the people in the channel will be the ones that you'll be playing with as well, Chris, so get comfy. If we can get you on Onward, you're going to fucking love that. It'll be like our terrorist hunt days. Now, to get this portal, again, my world famous shots and luck that I've had with getting this probably isn't going to go in first time. But I'm hopeful. I don't know about you lot. So... this one should be easier to estimate. If we miss this, though, we're probably dead. Oh, for fuck's sake! Get out! Ah, this is not going well. So, one of the things that playing this way will teach you is good escape play. Please hit the guy at the back. There we go. It's not going ideally, but you know, can't recover from shit like this, then you probably shouldn't be at this cycle. You should die from that, hopefully. Ah, here come your friends. That's you. And again, these are all shots that I do not want to be taking, because every shot that I take is a potential miss. And every miss costs us a thing of life. And I ain't got a lot of life if you hadn't noticed. Let's try and stun. Let's try and freeze you. The lightning should finish you off. Hopefully. There we go. And then... there we go. I'm usually really good with these shots that I keep on trying to do, and it's just not working out. I think someone's been tampering with my teleport arrow. Fucking beanie, innit? He's left now as well, so I can't even remonstrate him for it. Right. Ooh. Some free headshots down there. Now I've got to fucking deal with these as well, because they'll be alerted. Brilliant. And then we'll try again. Note how I am tapping the slow motion button, or quiver select as it's actually called, to make sure that I get the enemy exactly where I want them before I take my shot. Yeah. Yes, you will. We need to get you on all sorts. We need to get you on mini golf. Definitely. You'll fucking love that shit. Right. We need to skim the top. To be fair, it's looking pretty clear down there now, so I probably don't. This is where you would normally take the shot from, and you want to try and fire so that you skim... that's not gone. Skim the top so that it lands in the bottle like that. Ah, for fuck's sake. I'm not selling it, am I? I'm really not selling it. Said immolation. Now... One of the concessions that I will make for myself in this pit is I am not going to risk life and limb for the orphan. It is 65,000 or 62,500, 63,500, which will cement our third place most likely. But getting to do another cycle and recovering would probably be better. Yeah, I know, right? Watch my other streams. It does work. Honest. Hey, look, right? People watch these streams for not for the level of good, not for the expert play. No. We watch this for faffing. Oh, this is looking fantastic. Archers and skeleton archers. The hardest fucking pit going. Fantastic. Shit. I thought he was alive. Well, that's us down to 1 hit. Skeleton archer on our case. Can I make him despawn? Nope. She's trying to leave. And we get away quickly. Notice how we can still hear her teleport noise, but her laugh disappeared. So odds would say she'll still be there when we get back. Let the lightning do the job. That's a nasty scenario to go back into, so we're going to take a different approach. So we are now on 1 hit dead. Just in case you didn't notice and I didn't make it clear enough, this is not good. Yeah, skeleton archers will be our death here, I do believe. We're just going to take little nips out of health and see what we can do. But the problem with taking little nips is... Oh, that was close. Is ghosts. Any ghosts that come in whilst we're here will have our fucking lunch money all day. Hopefully that'll kill you. Explode, please. Explode, please. There we go. Go. Come on, lightning! Come on, lightning! Yeah, that's one. Constantly tapping slow time here as well, just in case any rogue ghosts come through that corner. Oh dear. Azure's Fury does not help us. Although, if we've seen him, he might teleport. Well, Chris is worse. I'm not quite following that conversation, but I do know Mr. Hill to be a bit of a gamer. Oh, God. That was close. Come on, blow up! Good. Good. It's all very good. Right. Remember those accuracy issues that Beanie mentioned earlier? Yeah, that's going to come back to haunt us, I'm sure. Right, have we killed? No, there's more. Fuck. That's a ghost coming as well. That's trouble. That is trouble we could do without. If I can make sure she gets a line on me and doesn't come through the fucking wall, I might actually be able to get a shot on her. Stop it! You're not helping! There we go. Right, that's you dealt with. Hand of God. Hello? Shit. Now, apologies, I know this isn't quite as entertaining, but I am very much fighting for my life here. So, and I would like to carry on this run. Come on. Come on, skeleton archer, you prick. Yeah, nice one, Ninja. Cheers, Chris. Alright, hopefully he's lost interest and got a bit closer. We need to get him. He needs to go. You are a massive problem. Fuck! So is the incubi. Well, I feel a little cheated. Oh, my friend left! My real life friend left and I copped it. So, the fruits of my labours, so to speak. Yeah, that fireball was moving a little bit faster than I thought. Yeah, losing that additional 5 life just basically meant that I had to start taking chances that I didn't want to. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, not bad. Thank you, Cynthia. We are good, providing it's... Oh, I just fucking sharded out of it by accident. Never mind then. Right, so that is a Fletcher run. What I did there, and executed poorly towards the end, I might add, got me 3rd in the world. That's taken us two or 3 streams, I think it is. Maybe that was the 4th, and obviously we've got barely anywhere into 2 hours and 20 minutes plus all my mumbo jumbo as well. But that's the thing that I like about doing it this way. You can score effectively. The scores aren't that high, so you don't have to do that well. I mean, hell, if you can do half of what I did, then you'll land yourself in sort of like within the top 50 in the world on Fletcher with the bow. So there's that. Right, so I need to get some work done. I am not going to start a main run. I'll maybe show off a main run when I'm deep into it so you guys can see some of that high cycle play that I've been banging on about. Yeah. What I will show you is what I've been doing on Mortal. And again, I'm at the stage now where if I die, it doesn't really matter. But we are going to be going back onto the crossbow now. So let's have a look at Mortal, shall we? So that's the Fletcher stream over. Let's continue with where I'm at. Now, I'm already at the top of the leaderboard, but I need to capitalise on this score. And I think, with the techniques and the SOPs that I have in play right now, I can literally do what I am doing here all day. And it's the points are just going to get even worse. This is... So why do I fuck around? Why don't I just play Fletcher properly and play Mortal properly? The reason being is because Mortal is fucking hard and Fletcher is fucking hard as well. And the scoring bar for this sort of like top 10, top page situation isn't that good. So if I can find you a way where you can get a decent score and get into the top of it, then as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing my fucking job on YouTube right. So, welcome to, and I've been thinking about the title of whatever this fucking kind of style of run is, because we're, again, kind of just going after orphans, but really pushing on cycles, and, Von would be proud, avoiding pits like the fucking plague they are, because they're difficult. I think we will go with, so we have Orphannihilation. This is my Assassin of Joy technique. Doesn't sound like a great title for an entertaining stream, does it? But hopefully. So, we are at the X is 10, the L is 30, and the 2 I's are 2. Add them all together. What have you got? Bippity boppity 42, as it happens. So, Now, we are in cycle 42. Some of you may not even think that this fucking exists, but it does. Now, the thing is, cycle 42 smells exactly the same as cycle 16 and onwards, or around about that sort of point. There is a point in this game during cycle play. So, for those of you who don't know, cycle play is Purgatory or Desolation, but fuck Desolation. Purgatory, Paradise Lost, Abyss, and Go Again. Those three worlds combined and all the sections within them, and killing the bosses, or not, as you have in Mortal Mode. That is a cycle. We are now 42 cycles deep. I have timed myself when I'm moving fast and the orphans are good. I've timed myself at being able to do a cycle in about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, if I'm pushing it. On the early cycles, anyway. So I can get here reasonably fast. So, why are we here? Mortal, the way that this game mode works, I probably should explain it, but oh no, I can't now. Mortal, basically, we have slow time. It doesn't matter if we miss. We have just our normal arrows, so no special arrows, and we are on death's door at all times. We can take one hit from anything and we're dead. Take an arrow from a cupid, dead. Sword from a knight, dead. Banshee fires its purple shit, dead. Tip your toe into lava, dead. Dead. Run over, done. Because it's so risky, the process that Camille started doing, go and check out his channel, IDU with Camille, the process that he started doing, because, I mean, I don't think he's got the same terminology and thoughts on it as I have, but because every shot is so fucking risky, well, I want to be being well paid for every shot. Now, I'm going to skip through these first couple of bits, because this is all risk here that we do not need to be taking. I've gone the wrong way already. Great. Now, you'll see, this is another one of Camille's techniques. Camille coming out in the woodwork tonight. He hasn't played the game for fucking years. This is bottom dwelling. So, like rooftop hopping, but you do it low. Look how much gold we make out of a cupid. 1,733 gold for a body shot. Go on, chat. What's the ratio of points to gold in this game? Can someone tell me? That's right, chat. 1 to 1. So that's 1,733 points just for killing a cupid. So there is that to consider. Hello, Frostbite. How we doing? So yeah, that's for just that cupid shot alone. That's almost 2 grand. Make that a headshot, it is 2 grand. Make it over distance, and it's more. So what have I been doing whilst I've been getting these 42 cycles? I have literally been killing just at level 42 only 6.6 million. So fuck all in the grand scheme of things. But it's because I'm doing it in a very much risk-averse way. But I'm still top of the leaderboard. And so, alright, let me get my headset sorted, because this can get quite dangerous at any time. So yeah, my current... Well, let's go and have a look before I crack on with it. Resting Sanctuary. So the reason why my score, I'm in cycle 42, and if you were playing the main game where you can get multiple headshots at these ridiculous cycles, because with Mortal, you die from a single hit, enemies die from a single hit. So, no, it's not. The levels have been procedurally generated at some point, but they are not procedurally generated when we go into the levels. They are set ones that are procedurally generated in an order. So it's kind of procedurally generated, but not. No worries, Melissa. See you later. Get in on the golf with us next time, eh? Cheers, Mel. Right, so the reason why my score is quite low comparison to where I am in Purgatory, in Cycle Play, is that I haven't been killing anything other than orphans. So I've just been getting sort of like 75 to 100k per cycle. Now that I am stupid into the cycles, every body shot that I make is worth about 2.5 to 3 grand in gold. And as you can see, gold translates 1-to-1 in points. So now that I'm at silly high cycle, now I'll start killing things. But because of how risky this mode is, I'm only killing things that are easy and that I can deal with very, very well. Doesn't matter whether you're good or bad. Hey, look, we need somebody propping the rest of us up at the bottom of the leaderboard if you want to be that person. And practice will only make you better. I suck at golf, but I like playing it. It's about the company. Anyway, so what I'm listening out for here is the orphan. However, no, it's nothing to do with the golf. The thing with this now is I'm that deep into cycle play that I don't really even care about the orphan anymore because she's not actually worth that many points and probably not worth it for the risk. But if she's an easy take, I'll take her. These routes are very much practiced, so that I can get through the level as quickly and easily as possible without any engagement. 1,716 points. Another 3,500 points from 2 kills there. Oh, actually, there's some easy kills in here. 2,635 gold from a night kill. A body shot, no less. Yeah, we'll take that. 2,500, 3,088. I don't pick on anybody. What are you talking about? I give you the ribbing that I know that you can take, and I expect double in return. So, with friends like these, eh? So, I don't want to go after that guy because he's going to shoot at me. So I'm out. I can't hear the orphan. So I'm not going to go looking for her. Because if I can't hear her, then she's not in an easy place for me to get. And so we leave. Welcome to the Assassination of Joy. Why did I call it that? Because all I was doing for the first 20, 30 odd cycles was just finding the orphan and just killing the orphan and not going into the pits. What's the orphan doing? Well, she's always laughing, isn't she? She's having a great time. And I'm there to fucking crush that great time. So, Assassin of Joy. There we are. I don't know. It's fucking YouTube, innit? I like giving things names. I thought Orphannihilation was clever. Assassin of Joy isn't really, but I don't know what else I can call it, so... Right. I usually like to kill this guy. And we'll get you. And we'll get you. 6,000 points for 2 archers dead. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, hang on a second. If you're getting so many points per kill, why aren't you absolutely annihilating the level? Because that's fucking difficult, and I might get shot. And I don't want to get shot, so I'm just going for enemies that are isolated, not in big groups, or ones that I can take, like him, very easily whilst I am on the move. I'm also keeping an eye out for the orphan as well. Remember, the orphan can be in the first or second section of the abyss. You'll also note that my route is going to all of the spots that the orphan can spawn. We have to do that because we are still here for the orphan. It's still 25k points. That's why I've come to this roof and why I'm crossing to that one. And my teleport arrow is already fired and it'll land now. And because I was slow timing, I can take some shots. Like, for instance, these are easy enemies. I land on them, and before they're even ready, I can kill all 3 of them. 4,000 gold, 3,700 gold, 4,000 gold. So that was 1,200 points. Just for killing those guys. If I do headshots, it'll be the gold. Well, Popo, that is kind of it as well. So, it is a little bit, but what I strive to do here is I strive to give you guys techniques that I think are reasonably easy to recreate so that you guys can do this and you guys can get up those scoreboards as well. I'm not trying to be one of those guys that's like, oh, I can't compete within this game, so I'm going to change the rules. What I'm doing is still effective. Very effective, as it happened, in scoring. The point here is when you get those first 10 cycles deep, the amount of score that you get from just a body shot on an enemy doubles. Now, that's not much. But when you get to 20 cycles deep, that then triples. And then when you get to 30 cycles deep, it then like quadruples. And it just keeps on going up and up. And I think it compounds at some point as well. And then it gets to this point where these two archers over here, just body shots. I am not going for headshots. Why am I not going for headshots? Because headshots gets you killed in Mortal. Trying to line up that headshot and then you get fucking shot. If you just fucking rain arrows in everything's general direction at these sort of cycles, they die just as quickly as in cycle 1. The problem that you have is that their reaction times are faster. Their arrows travel faster, and they're more aggressive. But they can't do you any more damage, because you can only take one hit anyway. I just have to be careful here. Bear in mind as well, another thing that happens at these higher cycles is their detection range. Thank you for joining us. Their detection range for your stray arrows and them being alerted, and them being visually alerted, also increases. So these are all things that you have to accommodate for. But I'll tell you now, if you can cycle hop through to cycle past cycle 16, then you can get as far as I am right now, because there is no difference in difficulty. That guy will react, throw, and run just as fast on cycle 16 as he does in cycle 42, because it basically caps out. Now then. There's no point going for these skulls, but I'm getting rid of them just because they're there. But even the skulls are usually worth garbage gold, but even here they're worth like in the hundreds. Normally they're in the 20s, so I don't even know what factor we are of gold right now. Probably something like times 20, times 30. And then you get more points on top of that as well, because there is also a cycle bonus. Normally within scoring I don't talk about cycle bonus, because it's not very much. XII. Oh, in 12? I thought it was further than that, actually. But yeah, it's some... The long and short of it is it caps out at some point. The reason why I came down here is because the orphan can... This is a fairly easy teleport, and I'm not under any threat here, and the orphan can spawn in there, so you can then quickly nip up, shoot her, nip back down again, and fuck off. Now we're going to go over here, see if she's in there. She is. Kill her, kill the knight. In the grand scheme of things, that orphan was worth 25k. We're now getting that per, like, 7 enemies that we kill. So the orphan now doesn't actually become that good a priority a target. Like, the reaction time on Cupids is always quite slow. And their draw time is reasonably slow. And one of the things that doesn't speed up much, because it doesn't start very fast, is Cupid arrows. So, there we go. Now, because Abyss and Paradise Lost have Cupids in, and it is Cupids or going for orphans that are difficult will end your run. You will take a hit, you will die. Regardless of how good your slow time play is or whatnot. We've all been in those situations, like I was previously. I fired the correct teleport arrow to miss, fucking went through the geometry. It's unfortunate, but shit like that happens. And, you know, and then there's, like, player error, player mistakes, so on, so forth. So, the reason why I kind of just breeze through these levels and take a handful of the enemies out is because these levels are particularly difficult. I've jumped quite a lot of the cycles. I haven't sat and completed any cycle up until this point, Laurent. I've literally jumped every time, and I've got my own sort of like rule list as to whether I go for an orphan or not, whether I go for particular enemies or not, and when I will start scoring. You need to start scoring about now, because from what Camille found out, at cycle 54, the integers at some point roll over and the scoring goes back down to as if it's cycle 1. So we've kind of got 12 cycles of this before it resets back to shit cash. But for now, 3,124 gold, plus the points for a headshot, plus the cycle bonus. Easy kills here. I don't need to be accurate. I know there's no archers down here, so I can kill that entire group. And that probably made us about 40 grand. And now, because that's fucking hard in there, difficult. There's enemies and everything. I'm not going in there. I'll go up here. Couple of enemies isolated by themselves. Rain some bolts in their general direction. Accuracy, is that your issue, just like mine? Good. You don't need accuracy here. Good rate of fire. Look, missed him. Well, the thing is, as soon as I settle down and start trying to play levels, that's when I'll fucking die. So I cherry pick, basically, Laurent. The thing is, I don't want to die in this process, and if I don't die in this process, I can continue it indefinitely, and the scoring is only going to get better. Now, a couple of easy kills there. Guys may come round the corner. You've got to keep a constant ear out and very much on slow motion as well if you're going to start doing... Like, I never come down here and kill these, but I'm trying to kill a few more enemies now just to give you an idea of the points. What I like to do is I'll fire my teleport arrow up here and then just fucking just hose some shots in there. Oh, look! There's a pit. There's a pit. Fuck that. Getting killed in Paradise Lost by rooftop hopping, immortal. If you're getting killed, it's because your route isn't good enough. Watch what I do, basically. And I'll show you some things that you can get up to. Or check out Camille's streams where he doesn't rooftop hop. He didn't call it this because I don't think he likes the terminology, but it's correct. He bottom feeds. He goes along the bottom of the level on all those snowdrifts and shit. And it's safe. It's really, really safe. Like, these are enemies that I like getting because they spawn and they're not even prepared for me, and I can get shots off, and I'm leaving already. Up here, we'll have you. Any behind us? No. We'll have you. We'll have you. We'll also have you and you. Some enemies in here that we'll have also. Look at that, 5,149 gold. So 5k, and that is actually a red knight in disguise. That's not a white knight. For some reason, as I have now started finding out, because the numbers are fucking all over the place at this point, anything in red seems to be carrying additional bags of gold on it at all times. And so they're now kind of getting to the point where they're worth hunting for. I'll try and do an example in a minute. But yeah, nothing against you, Laurent, if you don't do a lot of rooftop hopping and cycle skipping and bottom dwelling, then you won't have routes. I've had to come up with new routes whilst I've been putting this together, because Camille's done a big job. He's done a lot of the heavy lifting with finding out that at these higher cycles, this is what happens. The getting there, though, he hasn't really covered. I've got lots of tips and tricks for that, but whether they'll work for you or not, I don't know. These are a few enemies that we can take out quite easily. And a lot of it is about getting the drop on things and shooting them before they're even fucking ready. And not going for headshots. I am not going for headshots. Why am I not going for headshots? That shit gets you killed. When they're going to die in one shot anyway, who fucking cares? Now, it is leaving points on the table. But by me trying to get those headshots, there's more chance of me missing. So I just body shot. Because those 2 monks body shotted alone were worth 6k. Now, although that doesn't sound like a lot in the grand scheme of things to you high cycle players, bear in mind that the bar, like Fletcher, is quite low for this mode. That is quite the challenge. So here is what we do with orphans. I know where the orphan is, so this is another place that you can get more use out of your orphan knowledge that you may be building up by doing Orphannihilation. Because if you learn where the orphan placements are, that's good for your main game, good for Orphannihilation, and great for here as well. Check out these ones. Let's try and take him out. Him out. Note how they're spawning in because I'm so far away. And I'm just dealing with them basically one at a time. The guys won't throw axes back. You just have to be incredibly careful with everything. If something gets a shot off or you hear the creak of the bow, you fuck off. You get the hell out of there. Right now, I'm just trying to get some extra shots here. So that was a red knight in disguise. Oh, right in the foot. 2k, thanks very much. Right, I know where the orphan is. I've alerted too many of those, so I'm going to go back, despawn them all, come back in. And now this time, I was just trying to show off the red monk, but I've got a better place to show off. But yeah, red monk's worth about 5k in gold as well. And so we're going to teleport there. Oh, for fuck's sake, I can't hit my teleport shots tonight. March through those. You can have one too. And you. And then we leave. Gone. Note how my teleport arrows are short as well. And this is on purpose to keep me moving. The enemies of the game can predict where you are moving to if you use locomotion. They can even get lucky if you are doing long teleport arrows that are looping because they can shoot you whilst that teleport arrow is on the move. Whereas if you keep your teleport arrow short, you are moving fast and constantly changing your position, which stops you getting KO'd. So, if I see you at the top of this fucking leaderboard after this one, I'm not going to be impressed. But then this is the thing, is if I don't want to be beat when I'm doing something, I wouldn't show it off. I'm always wanting to be beat. So check this out. At cycle, what are we on, 43? That red monk is worth 4588 in gold. These are enemies that I class as quite easy to take out. And if you go down the line, try and keep your shots reasonably tight. You will get ones that teleport up. We got to move. That was risky. Always check you're right. I didn't then. And it's these situations where you start getting shot at and you've been alerted. I'm taking way too many risks here as well. I might have trying to demonstrate the technique. But it's those sort of scenarios where you start getting shot at and you've alerted enemies. Get the fuck out. Let them despawn. They'll then lose their aggression on you, or their aggro as it's called. Come and be back in again fresh. He now doesn't even have his arrow out, so he's got to turn, do his Fonzie again, pull an arrow before he can even shoot you. I've actually done a really bad job of this. I can usually take all of these out before any of them can react, which is why I do some killing here. Might be one over there. Get you in the foot. That's alerted an archer. We're going down here now anyway. That didn't connect. Go over here. Kill this guy. That one up there is probably despawned. Better go and check. Yeah, I think he has. Or he's lost in. He'll probably have lost interest. Now, sitting here is a great place for points. Seeing as abominations are worth over 2 grand a headshot at this point. Steady. And we'll take you out as well, and you out as well. You. When you start doing this bit, is your choice. You could start doing this from cycle 10, cycle 20, whatever cycle you like. I've opted to start doing it at sort of like, as well as doing the orphans, I've opted to start doing it at cycle... I really started coming online with the cycle, with the killing at cycle 20. But the way that I look at it is every cycle that you progress, more and more and more score is got for taking those same shots. So you might as well get it to a point where it's ridiculous amounts. I'm basically not taking a shot for less than $2,000 worth of points, 2K's worth of points at the moment. So, So, Paradise Lost, you say, is where you get sniped. I do very much feel your pain, Laurent, because it is fucking hard. But there's some lovely bell towers up there. That's where we're going. You know how to use slow time as well as, if not better than I. This is the route that you take. So I would go onto here. I've missed it. Shit. Kill what's in the immediate. And then we're going up there, right to the top. And then we go from here. Again, as soon as you land, tap that slow time, then hold it. We're going up there. We're going then round here. We're going up there. We're going around here. We're going up there. Up here. And down onto checkpoint. There we go. Done. Now, as far as bottom, this one, you want to bottom dwell, because going up tops is quite fucking risky. There are routes that, the routes that I take are so that I can hear if the orphan is in an easy-ish place to go. So bottom dwelling here, for this configuration, which you'll probably be able to recognise it when I get into it. You go deep. You go deep here. Yeah, no worries, Sweeps. See you later, dude. Right, I can hear the orphan, but this is a dangerous place. So, of all the orphans that I usually forego, it's the Paradise Lost one, unless it's on a really easy configuration. This configuration is not easy. And so I have... that didn't work. Hello. Bear in mind... the 25k that I've just lost from missing that orphan, I can make up for just by killing, what, 5 enemies? Fucking ridiculous at these cycles, mate. It really is. So, I try and take the orphan out where I can, but a lot of the time I just kind of fuck it off. Now, I can't remember what cycle Laurent got to. Not Laurent. Camille got to. I think he was in the sort of like high 60s before he got bored. I'd love to get to cycle 100. But again, when you get to something like 54, 56, I think Camille said, the integers roll over and you stop getting this silly amount of cash. Now, we do rooftop hop this one. Lots of slow time, and I'm literally bouncing onto roofs so that I can locate the orphan. Because it can be, as we know, front or back. Always keep the slow time being pressed whilst you're travelling, and especially when you are sat still, and keep tapping it and keep looking as well, because stray arrows that were fired at you from somewhere else, can still get you by sheer fucking luck, I might add. Very much talking from experience here as well. And that's nasty. Right. Those three cupids at $2,000 a pop, I think, are easy kills. That then opens up that night at $4,000, and we've like got half the points that we missed out on by not taking the orphan out on Paradise Lost. And the thing is, even when the scores reset at cycle, like basically the scoring at cycle 54 or 56, we'd need Camille in here to tell us exactly what cycle it is. He has documented it in one of his videos. I don't know which one. I haven't had a look yet. But even when the scoring does reset, well, then we just go and do just cycle hopping, not even killing anything until we get back to, well, what would it be at that point? 54, and then another 40 in, back into the 90s, and then we start again for another 20 cycles. As I said, you could start doing this at whatever time you like, and do it for as long as you want to as well. I've got to the point now, I think, where other than, like, you know, streaming it, which I really shouldn't be doing. I think it was 55. I think you're right. It was, yeah, somewhere between what I said. Of course it is. So I know an orphan can spawn there. We're going to check by bouncing onto this roof. She's not laughing, so we move. We're going to go down. Being up high and then firing your teleport arrows down, gravity obviously then assists with the teleport arrow plonking in. And she's not here either, so we've missed her then, basically. Well, fuck it. Look, those ones, they weren't aimed for where I was. They were aimed for where I was 2 bounces ago, and they're still fucking travelling. That's risky. Get out of the way of that. So there's some... This area is quite an easy take, as long as you stay out of the way of the cupids. And there's quite a lot of points here to be had. That guy there. Remember that a lot of these archers always come in fucking pairs. So remember that. Oh, a lot of the archers in this place, I've met my end several times because I didn't remember that or assumed that the second one had already died. Come back up here and kill you and you and you. I could try and go back and find the orphan. It's just an excuse to get me killed, especially at this sort of cycle. I will kill him. Incubi worth 4,500. Grab a couple of these as well. And then we fucking bounce. Get back down the bottom here. Started going... Oh, you've teleported silly low. Started coming up here to try and take these ones out as well. Because these are relatively easy kills. Any more? You could, if you wanted to, systematically take down this level. And Immortal, as you've quite rightly... There you are, you little shit. As you quite rightly identified, Laurent, it is easy enough to take a cycle down. But when it just costs you... When it just takes one mistake and you're not scoring anymore, it's not worth it. There's lots of factors that have gone into this for me as well. And concentration and like stamina for playing the game as well. These are all factors. Because as you are playing this, you will get complacent. I already am, because I'm chatting with you lot. I will eat a stray arrow at some point during this, but if I wasn't playing it on stream, I wouldn't. But it's, you know, this is kind of what we... The reason... Look at this. Look at this bollocks. Yeah, you need to be concentrating. And the other thing as well is I would highly recommend trying to get it done fast and stay within the same play session. Plenty of times I've got to sort of like cycle 15 and then broke for a couple of days and then come back to it. You'll die almost fucking instantly because you're just not in that mortal mindset. So, like, for instance, today, I went this morning from cycle 10 to cycle 40. Nice easy kills there, and we're gone. Getting good at teleport killing is a good shout on this as well. If your teleport arrow is flying and already out and nothing's been alerted, you can then fucking leather the area and just pick up some free kills, knowing that your teleport arrow is going to land and move you out there quick sharp. Like, these are quite easy kills, I find. You, and you, and you. There's sometimes a guy standing there. There's going to be, well, sometimes one standing up here as well. These two Chuckle brothers down there, they're easy kills. We'll have you as well. There might be another one down there. There he is, look. Lovely. The one's on top of this little guard tower. I usually go and bounce on them and just go and get them tidied up. And then the other thing is, because there's a lot of enemies in the level, not everything spawns. So you can do stuff like concentrate on one, knowing that you won't alert the rest, or won't alert entire huge groups of them, because the huge groups haven't spawned in yet, so they can't be alerted. And that's enough. I'm gone. I've had my fill of that little cycle, and of that little bit. These ones, you don't have to do that. My teleport arrow's already going. So, but, you know, at this point, that's worth like 3.5k. So, right. The orphans in the third cycles is how I play this. And so I go that one and that one. Then we kill him from here. Jump on there. Kill, kill, kill. And we go. And before they're even ready, before they're even in their fucking finished their Fonzie impression, I'm gone. I've left. And then we get to an area that's heavily populated and everything despawns and we're safe. Just to start all over again. So up here, I'll try and do this proper now. So we start with the close one. Try not to get any stray shots. Then look down here. Tidy that one, those ones up. Then you start with these top ones and you go either, you sweep. I usually sweep from right to left because there's some in there that you'll get the attention of. Start with him, then to this one. And I'm not trying to aim. I'm just raining bolts in their general direction because that's going to get me killed. Fuck's sake, I'm making so many mistakes tonight. I could wait here. He will teleport to here usually. It's always a risk that they do that fucking looping arrow shot that I fucking hate. Yeah, my swearing is pretty on point tonight, KT. You are right. Alright, he's lost interest. Let's try that again. That was my own fault, but here you go. A lot of this as well, again, because we come preloaded with excuses on this channel, is because I very recently switched from bow to crossbow. I don't even think the greatest player in the world on this game can do that instantly without any having to get used to it. You know, so that's dealt with the sort of like, I don't know, air defense core of it all. We'll take him out. That has alerted somebody using slow time just to let them peek, see what they do. Check your right as well. I find that they, like, especially these higher cycles, I've found that enemies will teleport further and further out of your peripheral vision. They love that fucking spot right there. So whilst you are slow timing, keep an eye on it. But the problem is, the very keeping an eye on it makes it possibly an available place for them to teleport. It is on, the thing is, it is further than my peripheries can see, but it is on the peripheries of my gaze. I think it's up to 180 degrees. Right, they're not doing anything. So we go down here. Come down here and teleport to here. Kill these two first before you do anything else. And get closer to them so that they have spawn priority and spawn in. They will fucking hand you your lunch all day. Now you can sit here. You could make the point of sitting back and making all of these headshots. We know how we can harvest the points to do that by grouping them up all over here, letting them congregate here and then jumping onto here, and then they will stay there, and then that's, you can even increase the distance of the headshot to increase the points. But that's usually what happens when accuracy and me meet, when I'm trying to go for headshots with the crossbow especially. I'm even less accurate with the crossbow than I am with a fucking bow. So, but again, if we get headshots, happy days. But the other thing to note is when you're playing Mortal, you don't want to train yourself to do... Oh, hang on. You don't want to train yourself to be doing headshots. You want to be training yourself to do body shots. Headshots will get you killed. Those split seconds where you are missing shots, and that gives the enemy time to react, turn round, draw an arrow, and shoot you. Maybe not the one that you are shooting for. You might headshot him after the first couple of shots, but it gives the others in the group time to react. Like, I'm not taking any chances. Yes, I could spend my time headshotting each one of those. But at fucking 2.5 grand's worth of gold, does it really fucking matter? Plus, I'm also getting executioner bonus going here as well. That isn't very much in the grand scheme of things. The executioner bonus, for those of you who don't know, is for lots of kills in quick succession. And yes, I am leaving a lot of points on each board. But we'll go and have a check at my score, shall we? And see, in the grand scheme of things, how we are doing from where we were last. Remember, I was on 6,666,000 and change. And we've now put another almost million onto that. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, there's been a couple of there's been more dicey moments in the last 2 cycles that I've done streaming it than there has been with me playing it normally. I swear something happens with gaming when you stream. But anyway, let's right, okay, here's the other one as well, Laurent. Never, ever pick up your run from Paradise Lost. You'll die. Guaranteed. You can see we have a gold score there of 4 million gold. So that's 4 million points in gold alone. So over half of my score is gold. And that's because, there you go, 4 million. I'm rich. I'm rich, bitch. Got nothing to spend it on. 11 meat. What? Sumi's person. Oh, okay, cool. I can get that. I'm quite confident that I can get that fairly easily. I mean, you know, we've made 1 million in 2 cycles. And I haven't even really been pushing it, and I'm not going to either. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure, as long as I'm not streaming it, I can do this all day. So, but then this is the thing is, has he still got a run going? And will he pick up another one? Thank you, Cynthia. I literally just checked it then. Cool. Right. Never, ever end a session on Paradise Lost. Always try and end your session if you are doing this cycle skipping. This is a lesson that I have learned the hard way in other modes on Purgatory, because Purgatory is fucking easy in comparison to this. So, here we are going to do some rooftop hopping. Now, this one is a little risky because there's probably a better way to bottom dwell this, but this one's a little risky because there are no real high points in the middle of the level, so we just have to get a little bit creative. Although I will have those banshees, that knight, and that cupid. So, what I like to do on this configuration is I go here. This also allows me to check for orphans as well. Go in here. Some nice easy kills in here usually. You can, there are other routes that I've done that are a lot faster than this, but I go this way because there's just lots of relatively simple, straightforward kills here. So again, you know, there's me going, oh yeah, bottom dwelling or rooftop hopping. Well, I'm not actually doing either at the moment. So I do try and take these out for safety, but at this point, I am kind of taking these out for as much score as well. They're worth 2.5 grand a shot without a headshot. So I'll take you as well. And then we want to go up there. And then 2 options. We can either go up here and then up there. And you don't have to actually hit, and then out that way. You don't actually have to hit the lip itself. Anywhere about 10 meters below that is acceptable, and it'll teleport. that is a shot that you need to practice. There are plenty of times where I've been shooting that arrow and thought it was bang on, and it does that stupid flash thing and doesn't connect. That will also get you killed. So again, with this configuration, we're going to be bottom dwelling. The best route that I've found is this one. And you can also check for orphans whilst you're doing these ones, but this Paradise Lost is the one that I'm not really that bothered about orphans, although I can hear that one, and she is quite an easy take. So, because there's not any cupids around here, there is one that we alerted. See if he's going to come and play. Slow time, slow time, slow time, slow time, slow time. There he is. Cool. Right, so we're now relatively safe. If we go up on here, again, nothing around here. Hello, orphan. 3,531 gold for an orphan headshot there. And then we teleport back out, and then we're going this way. So we're on the bottom here. We go up there, and then this is a shot that I love. It sometimes works. I think there's two different kinds of that rock, and one of them, there's a ledge that you can catch. Anyway, if that doesn't work... Yeah, so there's two different kinds of that rock, and one of them has like a ledge on the right. We're safe here. There's nothing targeting us or nothing near us. Haven't heard the creak of the bow anyway. And it's on the right-hand side, and you can get onto that and then get up the top. If you can't do that, then you go across to here, shoot that guy, across to here, round to this corner for safety, because they're still over that other side, and then teleport. Fucking arrows. And then teleport to there. Too late, dickhead! There we go. And we're out. Ta-da. So I'm going to get back to Purgatory, and then we'll probably call it there, I think. And as I said, full disclaimer, a lot of the work that you're seeing here, a lot of the discoveries and a lot of the bits and pieces, I feel that Camille's done a lot of the legwork here for, you know, telling us how the higher cycles work and at what point things start happening and things start engaging and things, you know, points-wise start happening. All I'm kind of doing is refining it into a system that I'm hoping is copyable by anybody, not just, like, you know, the likes of Laurent. I want you all taking my score. Because, you know, if I can't beat you when you're using my own techniques, then, you know, is it that good a technique? I can't hear any orphans. So we'll leave. We'll take these orphans, though. Do be careful with these. You do need to be, you know, I'm not being accurate. I'm just wanging bolts in their general direction. But it is worth a decent amount of points. So, worthwhile doing. And it's now, the one thing that I am thinking now that I'm at this level of cycle play is like, do I really want to be going after the orphans at this point? Probably not. They're more risk than they're worth. Like, that is a fucking risky orphan. But taken care of. And then roof and roof. The other piece of advice that I would have for anybody doing the rooftop hopping thing, listen out for the creak of the bow, use slow time lots and lots, keep your bounds short, and also note how when they creak the bow, not only am I potentially moving with the left stick as well, whilst I'm waiting for my teleport arrow to stick in, trying to keep an eye on them just in case they fire another shot, just so I can do something about it with my shield or whatnot. And in addition to that as well, see how I basically was thinking about it earlier. I was like, oh my god, you're fucking slot dropping as part of your technique, so just going really low. And the reason being is it changes your level of elevation. They are aiming for your hitbox. I've had arrows sail over my head doing that, and so it's worthwhile doing. There you go. So we're taking Orphans Cherries on this channel. We are becoming an assassin of joy. Slut dropping is something that we do here. So yeah, good one for leg day. For those of you who are not British, you can go and check what a slut drop is. I'm sure it's renowned for being called that internationally. I don't know. Difficult move to do though, I'll have you know. Here we go. XLV. Extra large times 5. And it keeps going and going and going. Until, obviously, we get to a high enough cycle where it doesn't. So this, part and parcel of the reason why I've done this is, once you've put the hours in to get here, it then becomes very much worth your time just to do a handful of kills in each level and carry on. And you will see your score fucking rocket. So, there we go. This is something that I will most likely continue with, although I don't think it's worth me doing as techniques and tips and tips and tricks as a live stream in its own right. I think I've given you the gist. Basically, play Mortal the same way as I'm showing you how to play Fletcher, but instead of closing in on orphans, try and snipe them from afar and find routes that take you via where they are. And also, avoid pits like the fucking plague, because they'll just get you killed. And on that bombshell, we shall end it there at Cycle XLV. This has been IDU, or In-Depth Unchained, on the Quest 3 native. We have been playing Fletcher, and we died, but we've been playing Mortal, and we're top of the leaderboard. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.